It doesn't say live yet. There we go. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Chris, how are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thanks.
How was the rest of your whiskey evening?
Long. I stayed up until like 4.
You should have got me back on the blower. I mean, you probably were not in a talking place. I was not in a talking place either.
No, I was elsewhere. I was just zoned out. I just put on Community episodes that I've seen 1,000 times, and just playing games on my phone while like quoting along to jokes.
I tried Community. I really tried to give it a good go.
Really? I'm surprised that you didn't like it. It's so... Hello, Robin Wright Smith.
Oh my God, our first comment's in from comes from Twitter. That's very exciting.
Very nice. Welcome to the game.
Welcome, Robin Wright Smith. Welcome. Although, yeah, my Twitch is for some reason not acknowledged that this has started, which is always a fun time.
Doesn't it take like 10 seconds or something anyway? Isn't there a delay?
It can take, but we've been on from, it takes 10 minutes to 10 million minutes. Like I've literally looked on while we've logged on, and it's like, depending on, like the Twitch app is fine, but it also occasionally will be like, no one's here. And you're like, shut up.
I've had that a few times.
Also, I've moved on to 424 followers, ladies and gentlemen. 424 followers.
Very nice. I am up to 76, which I'm very pleased about. Yeah, and I got a new subscription today, which was very cool.
How many subscribers do you have? It's very fun.
6.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. That's what, like 8% of my followers. So
get your PayPal money once a month. Ooh, a couple of bucks for the kids. I decided early on. I was like, up to a certain amount of money, I literally just keep in my PayPal as Uber Eats cash.
I do it because I have a PayPal account. Hey, Baldy and Alex, PayPal credit card, and I just leave it in there until it's enough to pay it off.
Robin Smith in the UK. Oh, Robin. I've met Robin. I know you, Robin.
Hello, Robin Smith.
Yes, good. I just like I like having certain money that I'm like, this doesn't count as real money. It's very fun. I had an excellent evening. Yesterday was the most sore I've been throughout my entire ordeal, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, shit. So it was a good day for the 420 show.
It was the 420 day show, you boys have been the soundtrack to me playing a video game for the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
Wait, what? John took... Yeah, that's right. Welcome to the Mystifer stream, everybody.
He's my dad.
Yeah, the person I do a stream with is named Christopher Betts. My name is Mystifer Hastings. I definitely started, I'm going to tell you, at around 11:20 yesterday morning. I got ripper baked on my roof and stared at the sky for solid hour. I had to look at my text messages this morning because I was like, all right, there's some real gaps in memory here. And what it was like, oh, you just weren't thinking anything. Like I was set up for this stream at 2 p.m. because I was like, you're going to need a long time, buddy. You're in trouble. And I had set up everything because it's one of those things where I'm like, this takes forever. It takes me 2 seconds. What it is like, I just got to remember, turn off Wi-Fi, make sure Ethernet cable's in.
I used to, I've got a whole like jury rigged setup here. With like my Zoom recorder, my microphone, and my laptop, and my ring light, and everything. And it's sort of, I pack it away. I used to pack it away after every recording, and now it's like it's tomorrow. It just lives here now. This is so what used to take me half an hour to get everything rigged and properly set up is 30 seconds, which is
I pack it up. I like the ceremony of packing it up at the end.
King Geo, stonk it up.
How your stonks do today? What are stonks?
Stonks are stocks that only go up. It's a Wall Street Bets thing, which actually that's what we talked about on reading the news today. Which
let me say this: I'm glad you bring this up. Any one of my friends that talks to me about how the stock market's working out for them, this is my blanket response to you. Fuck off, you not knowing history fuckface. I'm not going to feel bad for you when you lose your money because that is what's going to happen. This is
it's going to get ugly.
This is an end result of 4 years of deregulation of Wall Street because you don't understand what the fucking Great Depression was. Doesn't fucking mean that I don't. If you fucking collapse the banks, guess who's fucking coming at you with fucking knives?
Buddy, it's like the difference.
What are you soaring about, Todd?
Yeah, wonderful. You were amazing. Him and Jordan stayed on for 45 minutes after. And I stayed on for 20 minutes after the stream ended, talking to them.
I had to go ice my shoulder because that was the beginning. That was the day before yesterday. So that was the beginning of basically what I realized of what happened was my entire fucking, all of the muscles on my left side basically were twisted and inflamed. Like a friend touched my back in my bubble. Like literally I was like moving and like moved me to the side and like touched and went like, what's wrong with your back? And I was like, I think it's just my muscles. And they were like, yeah. And it was. And yesterday, yesterday worked because I basically didn't really move for the whole day. Perfect. Except for set up and do this Twitch stream and go and sit on the roof. And listen, I don't want to be one of them California hippies, but weed is an anti-inflammatory and it's definitely relaxed all my muscles, especially if you get blasted.
I'm so jealous of your roof. Oh, I'd love to go on a roof right now. That was my move when I was a teenager. It's wonderful. Sneak out my window, climb all the way up, stars. Come on.
You got a great. What's nice. You get a nice panoramic view of the central lower Los Angeles. So you get downtown in the future. If you want to know what downtown LA looks like, look at the beginning of Blade Runner, because that's what it was. And then if you to one side, you get to see South Central LA, which actually, like, let me say this by the way about racism, really irritating.
Yes, well, fair enough. I mean, I'm surprised you have the bravery to say that.
I hope you're all fucking sitting down. Racism. It's a bit inconvenient because so those areas were all the working class areas when America didn't have proper regulation on real estate. So you could get commission off of buying a house as a real estate agent at a company. Like, you know, the whole blockbusting thing, like how that happened is Chris is frozen out of the sheer shock. Of the idea of like a real estate company could buy a house without selling it.
Yeah.
And so what they would do is go around and they'd get the commission for the sale without actually selling it. Like the house, it was very weird.
Wow.
But basically what they do is just go around and be like, black people are moving in. And they'd be like, what? We got to get out of here. And
white flight. If God wanted us to fly, he would have given us wings. Stop being racist.
Yeah. What's also annoying is it's like they white flighted out of the best neighborhoods in Los Angeles in terms of they were 20 minutes from the beach, 20 minutes from the airport, 20 minutes from everything. Like you're 20 minutes from every part of the town. And they basically you couldn't live in them because of the amount of crime that was allowed to take place in them for years. And they were just too dangerous. And now, by the way, Inglewood, very nice.
Oh, that's like when I was visiting friends in Brooklyn 8 years ago. It was right before, literally like the day before I moved to the UK. I went down because I flew out of New York, so it was a lot cheaper. So I stayed with friends in Brooklyn. And while I was down there, hey, Poppy. Hey, Richard, how's it going?
Poppy, Richard, welcome aboard.
And my friend was like, hey, man, I know you're going to England, but if you got an hour, I bought a tandem bicycle. Would you like to ride through Brooklyn on a tandem bicycle with me? And I was like, God. Hell yeah.
Here comes the fucking neighborhood.
It was me and my hipster friend, and I was very hipstery at the time as well, riding our tandem bicycle on Myrtle Avenue.
Oh, man.
It was...
How close to the Macy projects were you?
Right
very
there.
Close, yeah.
We actually like rode through them at one point because we took a wrong turn. So we were riding through like most of Brooklyn, and people were literally going, "Oh, guys, that's adorable!" at us from the sidewalks. We took a turn. We went through Marcy Projects.
Nope.
Just as we came through, a blacked out SUV pulled up next to us, rolled down the windows, and was, "Get the fuck out of here!" And we're like, "Yep, sorry, sir." Turned around and rode back.
Will do, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Fucking me. It's fascinating. I just remember because I biked. Remember before my accident, I would bike to gigs everywhere, and I like to a show in El Segundo. And one way you could go through Watts, and one way you could go through Inglewood. And I went through Inglewood on the way there, and I went through Watts on the way there, which was terrifying, and Inglewood on the way back. And Inglewood was lovely.
Yay, Inglewood!
What's a chimkin attack?
I do not know, but it looks serious.
Yeah, I'm pretty worried. Zoe, chicken attack.
Did you get raided?
Oh, we got a raider. We're getting raided. Raided! Chicken attack. This is Javier. Welcome aboard. This is Javier's friends. Hello, Javier. Hakeem.
Hello, Javier.
Chimkin attack from Zoe D. Ladies and gentlemen, please follow me. Please follow Chris Betts, who's also on this stream. Javier, if you want to come on this stream, please let me know. So Tom and Jordan ended up talking for another 45 minutes. I think
45 minutes after, so an hour after we got off, because I talked to them for 20 minutes and they were going deep into Bob Dylan. And I was like, guys, I got to go to bed. See you later.
Tom, are you coming on? Have mistyped as he's so traumatized from chicken attack. Oh, that's fucking great. Upstairs down. Thanks, man, but I am done for tonight. Yeah, well,
fair enough. You got attacked by chickens. I understand.
Fuck you, man.
By the way, I met your mom last night. She came on the stream. She was very nice.
Yeah. Her mom. Actually, no, because I think 4 was too many. I think I actually liked having Tom on. Tom, I want to have you on, but we're gonna have a different guy on.
Yeah.
Alex Watson's definitely going to point out that it's another straight white man, which is not intentional, but
nope. He's just a good guy. He's just a great guy. He's one of my best friends. I love this guy.
He's coming on in 10 minutes. Tom, you come on for 15 minutes, and then you'll leave, and we'll bring Sean on. How about that?
Yeah, perfect.
If you want to come on.
Tom wants to come on. We need an update. I want to know what he thinks he did.
Yeah, what do you think you did? Yes, we need a hungover. Oh, I know what exactly it is. He had exactly what I had. The second the stream stopped yesterday, I had to do some checking.
I wasn't going to tell them that, but yeah, it was sweet.
Yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, because I was like, I feel like I'm playful and fine, and I'm feeling a little loose. But oh boy, I was.
You were great.
Was Bazooka Jode. And I'm going to tell you, it's probably going to happen about 30 seconds after this stream ends, or maybe midway through the stream, depending on how I feel.
I mean, fucking why not? Hello, Gingerbeard and Rio Delight.
I mean, it's Gingerbeard Dice Clay with his Hey Fuckers starting. Tom, confirm, deny you want to come on the goddamn... I'm just sending you a link anyway.
Oh, if anyone watched the Chris Betts Reads the News this afternoon, I posted something in my Discord that was a great episode of the Journal. Excuse me. Now my mom can't watch. Journal podcast where they talk about the GameStop trades and they explain what happened today in Congress. It's super interesting. So check that out.
What is happening I've stopped following that portion of news because my blood was boiling. Because I can't talk. I can't listen to my I love my friends, but some of them are just the lack of self-awareness. The amount of friends of mine that have told me things as I've become single again, and some of their advice, I literally wanted to throw a bicycle helmet at their fucking heads.
I want examples.
Hey man, it's pretty hard to be single now. Like, you got to let people know you're an adult. You got to put your pictures in frames or a girl's not going to fuck you. And I said to their faces, I just went, then I don't want to fuck those women. What kind of fucking psycho are you? Like, here's the problem: is we're both in stand-up comedy, and there's a lot of guys that never had to stop being 21, but now think they're 45, but they don't know how to make that leap. So they're essentially drag queening of adults in the way
that's a great way of putting it.
Drag queens are accentuating feminine qualities for the purpose. I have sent Tom the link. Tom is linked. The drag queens are accentuating feminine qualities in terms of like creating a persona. People do that with other things unintentionally, and stand-up comedians will try and do that with adulthood. And there's so much fucking stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like they just copy.
Exactly correct. I would fuck a frameless man. Thank you very much.
Course. You've got books. Fuck your frames.
And John Waters, the best John Waters quote ever. Yeah. If you go with someone. Yeah, and they don't have any books, don't fuck them. Which, by the way, I've been trying to find a poster or a print of that. Weirdly,
are you gonna hang it right above your bookshelf?
I'm putting it next to my bookshelf.
Yeah. Just dick hanging out.
I mean, King GOWTF, of all of my friends, is like a weird, but you're a weird adult, and like you were basically a kid wearing a polo shirt at like 18. Like you were like, I gotta go work I work in computers because it's important to have a mortgage very early on for an investment portfolio. Like
I have one of those friends. He works at an auction house now, and he is the most responsible person I've ever met.
And Fox 9, you are. I should make my own print. That's why I want to make my own print, like sort of that, like just like that, with a nice photo of John Waters saying on it. John Waters is best boy. Yes, he is best boy. Speaking of best boy, welcome aboard, Tom Tuck. Welcome aboard.
Official stream best boy.
Yeah, official stream best boy. Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with a nice polo either. Everyone knows it's a good. Yeah. I mean, but he is from the 1920s. All right, Tom, what do you think you did on the last stream?
Yeah, why are you apologizing?
The singing at the end.
What happened at the end?
That was wonderful when he sang the Mountain Goats to
that
play
was
us
wonderful.
out.
That was
Great.
wonderful.
We love that.
We told you to do that.
Yeah, you didn't force that on us. We forced it
Remember
on you.
when we said, "Do you have a guitar near you?" And then you were like, "Well, I do have a guitar. Yes." I think you had too many Viskies, and you're just feeling a bit concerned.
Well, I watched the last bit of it, and I'm not happy.
Do you want it? I can get it. Do you want it deleted?
Yeah, we can just bring it down if you're not comfortable.
No. I'm never against what that has happened.
Oh, listen. If it makes you feel any better, I smoked copious weeds yesterday and had to have a conversation with Chris after the stream to be like, wait a minute, what about this and this? And one of the things he was like, I didn't even notice that. And I was like, cool. Unusual Archer, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Unusual Archer. Welcome aboard. So yeah, no, you have nothing to fear but fear itself, Thomas.
Indeed. We're not here to judge. We're here to love. You're our best boy.
It's also listen, I've been no, I don't mean to offend you. I've been around when you are a bit drunk and a bit fighty. So I just know also that you can kind of be like, all right, Tom, calm down. Then you kind of do like, yeah, you're right, I guess. Like, you know what I mean?
I want to hear the story now.
Of who? Of you and me?
Me being fighty.
I can 100% tell you. I can 100% tell you the story.
I don't think of myself as fighty. I think of myself as annoying.
Oh no! I can tell you exactly when it was. It was
surprise. I want to hear this too.
It was what year was it? It was the year that This Is Your Trial was in the crate at the assembly rooms.
So yeah, like
2015 or 16. Yeah, it was one of those 2 years. Jess Foster Q, thank you very much for the follow. Perfectly Imperfect 827. I had a singular marijuana, Gingerbeard Man one, and singular marijuana.
That's how that drug works.
Yeah.
He popped a bud.
Yeah, I had one marijuana.
Yeah.
Ambition marijuana.
Yes, there is something going on my street. Basically, what happened is the gang that got pushed out by gentrification moved back in, and so now they're trying to do stuff to lower the tone of the neighborhood, but they don't understand that honky hipsters are in town, and you can't scare us because we can call the police, and that's what we've been doing.
Also, too poor to move. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I mean, I think you'll find the quality of coffee shop v the rent control in this neighborhood means I'll be going nowhere. If you're ever in Los Angeles, by the way, the Line Hotel, obnoxiously expensive coffee, and then you take a sip and you go, "This is actually worth it. This is actually worth it." And we're talking $5 latte, and you go, "Yep, that's worth $5."
Jesus,
like we're talking.
No, it isn't.
It's what you think.
I worked in a cafe full of.
It probably isn't, but most convenient lattes aren't.
No, but it's not even that convenient from my. It's a treat. Do you know what I mean? Like I have to go out of my way to get it.
Hang on. I've got to do a stand-up thing here.
Okay.
Your mum's a treat. Never mind. Leave it.
He fucking got us. Holy shit. He fucking got us right there.
I didn't mean it.
Comedian ruins Twitch streamer.
Man, you're like Jordan B. Peterson. You're going to be on one of those YouTube takedown videos. Jordan B. Peterson.
You're a squid.
Yeah. So no, it was 2016 Fringe Festival. It was when that show was late at night. And let's just say, Tom, you came in hot during the show.
Yeah, fat.
Oh yeah, I've seen that a couple times.
You came in hot. And I can't remember. Someone was playing that kind of had a strop during the show. There was something that happened that we had to have a bit of a post-show meeting.
Oh.
And who? I can't remember. I know that I was there. These are the people that were not involved that elicited the meeting. But I was there. Jess Foster Q was there. You were there. I don't remember who else was there, but something happened.
Oh.
Do you remember this? Is there something? I think we might need to go to private chat.
I mean, Tim will have been there.
What?
Tim will have been there.
If he was there, might it have been like 2013?
It was later than that, I think.
Anyway, get to the story.
All I remember is so we have this sort of like word and it's all sort of tense, and then somehow it transitions to talking about what the fringe means. I don't know how we got there, and like clearly Tom was drunk, had been like like that responsibility sort of hold, like where you're like, okay, I'm drunk, but I can't act drunk yet, and then like for some reason, and then it just fucking like slammed, and I just remember you put your hand, like you went, but it's not the fringe, is it? Like you just started screaming about like the philosophies of the fringe and like the ethos. Because I remember I was like, Tom, there's shows going on, and you went, you just need to listen, John. And I was like, okay, you just need to calm.
Okay. The first thing you said, I might have said, but the second thing, no.
You said something like I was trying to give you the like, we gotta calm down now, buddy, and you were like, you weren't hearing it.
Okay. Shall I try and summon the moment?
Do you remember what there was something that, because I remember it was a very interesting sort of drunk meltdown in that it showed a sense of responsibility. Drunk meltdown. In that it was that thing of like you were just drunk and just whatever happened had happened, but there was like a business we had to take care of. You were good, and then it was like, all right, and now we can go for it. That's what I remember being the most interesting part of it, where it was like we managed.
The spirit of the fringe is what you feel strongest about.
Who was I making a judgment on?
I don't remember if it was I feel like it may have been the year you were doing Scaramouche Jones. And it was something about that.
Because I mean, to explain to the audience, that was a year that I was doing a play called Scaramouche Jones, where I was up at 10 a.m. every day, which most comedians are not up at 10 a.m. every day, and I was in full clown makeup, passing out flyers at 10 a.m. every day for an hour and a half, so that I could then get back into the dressing room to reapply the makeup to then go and do the show at 12:15. Did either of you come see that show?
No, I came to see it once and it was sold out, so I couldn't make it.
Absolutely not. I love you with
that's bullshit, Chris. That's fucking bullshit, because that show did not sell out once.
Then I'm thinking of a different show that you did, and I apologize. But I also didn't see Scaramouche Jones.
So this is a show I have done
every 10 years.
Every 10 years for the last. Well, I've done it twice.
Because we missed. It would have been 2020. Would have been the
No, you did it 2 years ago.
No. 2035 is going to be the next. 2025 is going to be the next one.
Oh, okay. Was it that long ago? Jesus Christ! All right.
Yeah, it was 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been here a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I knew you both in 2015.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a bad friend. I didn't start seeing shows in Edinburgh until 2018.
I remember you saying that explicitly when we lived together.
Yeah. I didn't see any shows. I was filled with such anxiety about my own. I couldn't sit in a room and watch other comedians. And then in 2018 I went, you're being a baby, go and fucking do it. And then I have it, and by the way, actively makes the experience more fun because you're enjoying the work of your friends and you feel so much better.
Yeah. And you both need to not both. You need to think of the other possible aspects of work that are brought in front of people. It's not just comedy.
But at the Fringe, no, it's all just comedy. But anyway,
I don't go see plays. I'm not a fool.
Yeah, what am I going to do?
Yeah, watch people say lines that aren't funny. Shut up.
Diamond Geyser also brings up the good point. 2015, I think, was the year I was also doing. No, that was 2016. Was Late and Live 5 days a week. Never mind. I was about to backhand an excuse, but that was the next year. That was the year that I Or was it? No.
Someone came to me late in 2015, and it was after I'd finished doing the play. So it was like, I think it was that night, or it might be the night after. It's like, oh, I think you're the most apologized to show at the Fringe.
Sorry, I didn't see the show. That's very funny. I want to hear the rest of it. I just need to check something. 1 second.
What is Scaramouche Jones, just for the people that are watching? Because you do it every 10 years. Why do you do that?
Well, I did it because I was cast in it, and it's a story of a clown, and I have come to really feel it. So the clown was born on the moment that the 19th century became the 20th century.
Okay.
And he dies the moment the 20th century becomes the 21st century. And his story reflects that. But he has refused to speak until, I think, 70s. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Either way, so you're doing that play. You were doing that play that year. Because that was, I think, the year that we really... Because that was 2014, 2015. I was doing trial a lot, as were you. And I think, so we just saw each other.
You wouldn't... No. Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. When it was in that cabin, I remember John was on it a lot because we had the same manager. And she kept telling me about it.
Oh, God, that show was good there, yeah.
It was so good. That was the year of that show. The show is did eventually make it to television in one version, but if it was, because it was also, that was the only year where it had players. There was about 7 of us that were doing it a fuckload of a long time. And it just got really, like, Tim is the judge. Anyway, it's one of those things where it was a fun thing to be a part of.
Yeah, and you guys seemed like a team by the end of it.
Yeah. But do you remember that night? Do you remember the night I'm talking about, or is it? I mean, probably not.
So sorry. Say what night you're talking about, because
the night where you screamed about it's not the Fringe, is it?
No, because like I'm fairly sure I've done similar things before.
It's a big topic for Tom Talk. I remember when we went to go see Kim Noble, we were standing outside waiting to get in, and he just, I can't remember how we were talking about it, but he just looked me dead in the eye and he goes, "If it's not £5, it's not the Fringe, though, is it?" And it was like, there's no point in even discussing this. I'm just going to sit and think about it. He's clearly spent a lot of time analyzing this. So.
Yeah, like it was definitely one of those things where like you really cared in the moment. About
no, I can now.
No.
It's in your heart.
I know you do, but it's a different type of. You know the type of the different.
Yeah. Well, like when I worked up. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry to you both, but I do believe in the overall idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. With each passing day, I get less and like they're just like. I don't know. I don't want to get into my whole I don't believe in gangs, I don't believe in groups philosophy, but that whole thing of like
no gangs. There's no gangs.
There should be. What a great Fringe that would be.
Oh my God, if the Crips were there. No, it's more
we went with very different gangs.
I told you both that my first Fringe was
doing West Side Story? Yes, you did. You mentioned this on the stream. You were a shark. No, you were a jet.
This is the Capoeira one?
He was in Capoeira. It was a Capoeira West Side Story.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of cartwheels and somersaults.
No, but we need to believe in the Fringe. Both of you, need to be with me on this. We need to keep the Fringe.
I actually do. I do believe in the philosophy of the idea. It's a Fringe. It's a place it's an oven of experimentation. It's supposed to be a place where you go and it's supposed to be a cloistered different thing. The problem is that there is, like there is in everything, there is still a show business element to it. And it's unfortunately going to be, it's like a host. It's a host and a parasite. And they're now too fused together at this point. So now it's one of those things where you kind of need to.
No.
Oh, it's getting hopped up.
He will not cede this ground. Line in the sand, Joe.
And I'm sorry people have died. But
I mean, yes. No. And then here you...
Like, there was a possibility to reconstitute the Fringe. And I think the people who care about the Fringe should go to the Fringe the next time that happens.
Yes. No.
And I think they should try and reconstitute the Fringe.
When you say reconstitute the Fringe, can you explain what you mean by reconstitute the Fringe?
Briefly,
if you have the money to do it, I think you could try and sponsor a venue.
Yes, I mean, I put my money where my mouth is. I gave money to one venue in particular that I felt deserved the support over other venues, and that there are, listen, people are going to make money. It's going to be a business. I'm going to speak very carefully here. There were some people that were very much acting like people holding hams, screaming that they don't have bread. And then there were other people that were legitimately offering a platform.
I don't understand that sentence.
They were acting as if that they were at much more of a risk of closing than they actually were.
They still had food. They just couldn't make the sandwich they wanted.
Sure.
No. Absolutely not. By the way, you can see me hosting late and live. That's 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. at the Gilded Balloon when the Fringe comes back.
Excellent question, D Carp. I don't have one yet, but I'll get one.
No, the Gilded Balloon was not who I was thinking of at all.
In general, the deals that the companies put out seem nonsense in the current.
Yes, and also, by the way, I more move away from it. It's more who I move away from the actual venues, and it's also the production companies involved, the deals involved, all of that sort of stuff. I think it is going to fucking really shift and change coming back. I also think a lot of people are going to go, it won't be a viable option for your career, which is good. People should look at it as a place to...
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm thinking about reconstituting it. It's going to be so many more opportunities for people who can come to the Fringe just about and kick it.
Yeah.
Kill it.
That would be great. The worst thing about the comedy industry, in my mind, is that every industry decision is made at the Fringe because it's not a comedy festival.
No,
it's an arts festival, and that breeds a weird kind of comedy because nobody goes up with an hour just to jokes. And so if you can take that out and move it to Leicester or move it to, not Mac, because Mac is perfect and pristine and stay the fuck away. But if we can
did you even mention it?
If there can be a national festival, a Just for Laughs Britain style thing, then and move that over there, great, fantastic.
Yeah. Which they could pretend it isn't a Fringe festival, and they could
they could just have a comedy festival. There's no reason not to have a comedy festival.
It's one of the...
but also, like, Edinburgh is actually an arts festival.
Yes,
it should be, but not for our career.
100% an art festival,
but not within the comedy world.
I'm back at This Is Your Trial, and Tom said too much whiskey.
But not for comedy. Comedy, it's an industry party.
Here's what I like is that Tom is a good enough performer that he gives that flash smile, but I can see in his eyes that he's going, no, we're still going to keep having this debate, which we absolutely are.
Like, I mean, we've got a
face where you're going like, I'll fucking play along, you Canadian fuck. Don't you fucking think that we're not fucking going to keep having
We've got to bring
debate.
Sean on soon. So
yes. All right, 5 more minutes with Tom, and then we bring on Sean. Here's what I'm going to say. It's all going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of years with the whole thing. The problem that I have always had with the British comedy world is the British comedy world literally machines and brands comedians. They take 5 comedians from the Fringe and they go, you're going to go have this year. And they're the same year that they always have. And then they spit them out. And those people then are back at the Fringe being like, I don't understand. And then it's bad for everyone else because they come in, they have all these heat. The audience is disappointed by those shows because like we were told this is the cool show, as opposed to everything just needs to be a bit more organic and calm, and they need to stop going for the fast money.
I do think you're simplifying how the mechanization of British.
I'm 100% simplifying it because it is, you have in the end, we have to. It's
he's so mad he punched his phone.
No, I sellotaped it, but it's
not
work.
A Tom Tuck appearance unless the phone falls down. That looks like a used condom. Don't wave your used condom.
Oh God, yeah.
I tried.
Prophylactics.
And can I say goodbye?
I mean, can you leave us with just a scream of? But this is the Fringe. Give us your best. This is the Fringe rant, and then we will let you go.
Oh, a full rant.
Yeah, I'm putting 90 seconds on the clock. I want a 90 second. This is the Fringe rant. Hang on, not yet. I'm not ready yet. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Can you do a 1 minute 30 seconds? This is the Fringe rant, Tom. Yes.
That's a yes. Those are the crazy eyes of a yes.
Yeah. Let's just bear in mind that, let's not name too many names so I don't have to delete this stream. And go.
The main problem with the Fringe is the idea of the big four. The idea that there are 4 venues that the only places you can do actual shows. On top of that, fuck the Pleasance. I mean, I know my show was at the Pleasance. I know my show. My first and second show, my only 2 solo shows were at the Pleasance. But fuck the Pleasance, because the idea that they control the topology of Edinburgh. I mean, it's not enough.
You have 30 seconds left.
I've got 30 seconds. Right. Well, okay. So, the fucking Aldertonian cunts who run the Underbelly.
Oh no!
He just wanted to name more names.
No.
To be fair, they aren't cunts. They are both Aldertonians.
Okay, time's up.
Time's up. But good job.
So Charlie.
No.
90 seconds. It's up.
You're done.
That was wonderful.
Tom, say goodbye.
We love you, Tom. Thanks for coming on, buddy. So funny. Don't name names because we're gonna delete this. Fuck the fuck this guy. Fuck.
Why would you go after? Literally went after 3 of the nicest people at the festival. Who I'm sorry. The Underbelly are they all like? I will say this just as I'm debating Tom and he's not here, but it's my stream, so tough. The venues do not lie to the performers.
No.
There is someone else in the middle between the performer and the venue who is telling lies.
Yeah, I've had nothing but good experiences with the Pleasance. They have been nothing but kind to me and wonderful.
The Pleasance has been nothing but amazing and totally open and transparent with me. The Underbelly has been nothing but helpful and put money in my pocket and supported artists. The venues are never and have never been the problem at the Fringe. The Gilded Balloon, the Pleasance, the Underbelly, the Assembly Rooms, just the Tonic, less so. Monkey Barrel, the Stand, the Free Fringes, all of them are great.
Heroes.
There's other peoples between the performer, This is how you do a fringe rant, by the way. Performer.
You watching Tom? You watching
comedian.
this?
Yeah. Get Tom on the fucking chat so he knows. There's a group in there. What the fuck do you think they're doing? Yeah.
Taking a lot of money.
Yep.
All right, let's get Sean on.
Let's get Sean on.
He's Canadian, so he hasn't done the fringe yet.
Yeah, he hasn't done the fringe yet. So thank God. All year round cunts.
Yeah. I just sent him a message to say you're ready. I think he's watching on Twitch, so he should know. No. That was so funny. I love how he just went.
I knew he was going to do it too. I knew he fucking was. Great. I'm trying to remember the context of that night. I know he said that because I remember having to be like, whoa, big fella, then no. I mean, yes, Richard Reitman. There's some really funny names. John, get Tom back in so I can tell him to fuck off.
Who said that?
Naomi.
Oh, David. Yeah, nice.
Wait, what does the underbelly do?
The underbelly won't allow people to have hogmanay parties of more than 6 in central Edinburgh because they own the street party now. Wait, they block views to the castle over the festive period.
How? With a giant cow? How do they do that?
It's those teats, man. it's the same shape as the spires.
Look, it's Mies Han.
Wasn't it a bank that did this?
Chris, did you hear my good joke?
That was a great joke. Good job, buddy. Way to go. We'll put that on Watch
Sean,
Mojo.
are you in?
Sean Hogan, you beautiful bastard.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Hogan.
Did you guys finish kissing everybody's ass at the Fringe after Tom, or?
Oh no, he froze.
No, only Chris froze.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. You listen up, Hogan. Not all of us are fucking from Potato Union people.
Yeah.
Hey.
They've been nothing but kind to me. They actually did me a lot of solids, so I feel the need to defend those ones. I can't speak for the cow.
As you should. I've never seen someone so passionate about something in my life than Tom is with the Fringe. It's very inspiring.
You should try telling him that your favorite Bob Dylan album is Planet Waves and watch him yell at you like I did a few days ago.
Planet Waves? Isn't that from his Christian period? What the hell's wrong with you?
That's with the band. It's just fucking great. So good. Not his best, just my favorite. Hogan, are you drinking out of a milk jug?
Yeah. The biggest. It's the biggest.
Is that a milk jug?
No, it's not a milk.
Are you staying in a hotel? Did you steal a hotel's milk jug?
Have you gone from comedian to B&B owner? What's going on here?
Where are you right now?
Dude, this is my apartment, and this is my office right now.
Are you in Toronto or are you
Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island?
Did you move back? You moved back to the island there, bud?
Yeah, man. Once the COVID hit, and every
East Coast Canadian, like fucking rats off a shift, like just. By time excuse to move back home there. Let's go, Dougie. How are you, boys?
I would have killed him. I would fucking love to.
I'm going to say this right now. I've never been to Prince Edward Island. Here's a place that is 100% overrated. The province of Nova Scotia can suck my asshole. You're all fucking rude, and your fucking slow service is not nearly as fucking charming as you fucking think it is.
Hey, and I'm gonna fucking second that.
Yeah,
it's I'm not doing any favors, but they think they have. Man, it's bullshit. Halifax is like, it's okay. The music is okay, but
it's fine. If I wanted to be annoyed, I'd put on a fucking. Here's a sentence that's never been said in this or the last 2 centuries. You know what this party needs? A wooden flute.
What? You guys aren't Sloan fans all of a sudden?
I certainly am, and they're from Toronto.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
No, the Sloan's its own thing.
Sloan but they don't have a wooden flute. They don't have a fucking wooden flute. Money State Maniacs. Let me guess. So for the price of what would have been like 8 roomettes in Toronto, I assume you have a full house in Charlottetown.
Oh yeah, it's money. I have like a huge 2-bedroom with like a huge back patio, and actually no, I just lied. It's a tiny back patio, but I was like, I don't know. I was living my own dream there for a second.
How are we gonna
I'm about to take you for a tour. Don't worry. No, it's like $1,200 for. Of
course.
For 2 bedrooms, and that includes everything. Like, I'm just, what are you gonna do? And because it's PEI, know very well the people that own the house who live upstairs. So it all works out.
So, okay, so just to explain, so Canada is a country, allegedly. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it is and it isn't. And there's sort of three hunks of it, which is there's Ontario and Quebec, which is kind of the like city metropolitan area. Then there's the prairies, which is essentially...
Yeah, I don't know why humans exist there. I have no idea. It's all farmers.
Out of spite. It's full on out of spite. Wait, you think I'm just gonna die because I live in Manitoba? You go fuck yourself.
You should. Manitoba. Manitoba's literally, if any place is telling you to leave, it's a place that is literally Winnipeg, Manitoba is designed and built in like a weird culvert that either is flooding or like breeds fogs of mosquitoes. I didn't even know that it's like one of the only places where they do like studies on mosquitoes because it's such a breeding ground for them that you can get clouds of. Where is my house located? Near where clouds of mosquitoes happen? Burn the house down. Goodbye. We leave now. We leave now.
Oh, do you live in a place that floods every single year? Yeah, just keep rebuilding. Move,
you fucks. Yeah.
The most eventful thing that ever happened to me in Saskatchewan or any of those provinces was getting pulled over and told that I was a suspect in my own identity theft. That was the most eventful thing I've ever had. And I've been battling it ever since. But it was just, it's the most boring place. I don't know. It's the most boring place in the world. And yet Winnipeg has a wicked comedy club. It makes no sense.
Yeah, of course. They need some joy. We can absolutely explain Newfoundland gingerbeard man. So then there's the East Coast, which is basically east of Quebec, which is New Brunswick, Potato Town.
Labrador.
I mean, the idea you bring Labrador into the name.
It's the cornerstone. It's what holds the arch together.
I genuinely don't believe anyone actually lives on Labrador. Like name anyone you know from Labrador. Like even PEI, which is super small, has Anna Green Gables. Like everyone fucking knows Anna Green Gables and your red sand and your bridge.
Well, yeah, we have our identifying spots, but who would ever say it's like where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Labrador. Like, there's just no I actually, you know what? I don't know. It's a conspiracy theory right now because I've never met anybody and I don't know anybody who knows anybody from Labrador.
No, never met one. Never met one.
No, I dare anybody to comment right now saying that they know a single person from Labrador.
It's a government facility.
Yeah, it's filled with nothing but fucking sheep farmers and fucking idiots.
It's our area. It's our area 51. That's what. So
because So there's Newfoundland and Labrador, New Brunswick, PEI, and Nova Scotia.
Yeah, you pretty much got it nailed.
So all of those places, and that's kind of like it's thought of as both. It's sort of thought of this like charming corner of Canada, but it is also very much the south of Canada in that like you go rural in the east of Canada and watch the fuck out.
Well, okay, wait a minute. I'm about to go on a Tom Tuck style fucking East Coast rant here.
Tell me about the Fringe, Sean Hogan.
We have the PEI Fringe. If you think Edinburgh is fantastic, you should see the PEI Fringe.
And Marie did the vagina monologues by herself, and let me tell you about it. It was a fucking ripper.
Okay, now I'm getting offended.
You should.
No, okay. Now, granted, in Canada, if you go, actually, no, fuck that. In any part of the world, I think if you go the further away from, if you go in the outskirts of anywhere, you're going to find pieces of
100%. And Canada is the worst for it. Canada is literally.
But I would say Alberta and BC is even worse than the East Coast in
full
terms
of fucking.
BC is East Coast Canada level, and it does the same thing as East Coast Canada, which is you're at the city limits, and on the other side of it is a guy dressed like a Klan member holding a sign saying "I don't like him." Like
it's Alberta.
And you're like, yeah, but I still don't.
The P word was so common. When I was bartending in Vancouver, Presbyterian. For Pakistani people, was so common when I was growing up that I didn't know it was a slur until I was 17.
I just thought it was a convenience store in Massachusetts.
It's just something people said to the point where even my South Asian friends were using it. It was just part of the language out there.
I mean, the level of homophobia in Canada is crazy. Like you literally anywhere else in the world, a hard F with a hard T coming out of a car window until I'm going to say 2010. Like,
oh, easy.
Yeah. And also,
we're behind. We're behind.
Or if you're driving a Honda Civic 2021, like literally just.
Well, that's Dylan Gott told me my favorite story when he was like, do you ever know why ever realize how Canadian comics don't dress well? Which by this stream, I mean, come on.
I'm wearing a fucking. I put on a shirt.
What do you mean? I'm wearing a Levi's sweater. Fuck you, man.
Come on, man.
And a camo hat. Looking great, big guy.
Yeah. Sean's broadcasting from inside his fucking grandmother's sewing room, and you look like you're fucking coming at us from.
Okay, for the record, my mother picked out this green, so yet again, fuck you.
Of course she did. Oh, yeah. Shani, we got to get you. He's showing up real noise.
I'm just gonna bring this up again.
So Dylan goes, you ever notice how Canadian comics don't dress well? And I never thought about it, but he's absolutely right. We're a bunch of fucking sloppy cunts.
Of course.
And then he goes, you know why? It's because Canadians are bullies. And he told me this story about a headliner who was out in Halifax and just dying for 30 minutes. Just nothing at all. And then about 30 minutes in, this one guy, and he's dressed up nice. He's got like a wow, look at that. Jesus, your hair is beautiful. Fucking hell.
Thank you. Thank you. This was for me. Thank you.
I was going to comment on it too, John. I mean, we're both just kind of flaunting it right now.
Yeah, we both have just luxurious locks. One more than other. Me, of course. Go ahead, Chris, with your alleged story.
Fancy shirt.
So mean. That was so unnecessary.
Shiny shoes. He's an old school headliner. He comes dressed up. He's not a cargo shorts guy. Half an hour in, audience member just raises his hand. And he's been dying, so he goes, "Yeah, what's going on?" And the guy, audience member, just goes, "You fag?" And crowd says nothing. And the comics obviously like, "What the hell? This is like 2014." Comics just like, "No." And the guy goes, "Oh, okay, no problem. I just you're dressed like that, so I just thought you were a fag. All right, carry on."
Wow.
And that was like, and what blows me away is he said it, and second, it wasn't. Like the crowd's reaction wasn't like, who is this asshole? What's going on? They just went, I guess he's not gay. Fair enough. I mean, he had that shirt on. I just thought he was gay.
Oh, that's absolutely, it's 100% true. It's been told to me and to more than one person. Oh, you're going to Halifax? Well, watch out. Your coat's too nice. Yeah. Someone's gonna call you a slur.
Yeah. Well, and isn't that where, speaking of Canadian comics, isn't that where Matt O'Brien got stacked in the face?
Tom is clearly very upset about our retort to his fringe rant. Yeah, he got absolutely stacked on the face the same night, by the way, that someone called him, someone assumed his sexuality because his coat was too nice. Like someone was like, hey, watch out. Someone's going to, yeah. I mean, in rural Ontario, I had a woman walk up to me and say, where'd you get those jeans? And I said, I don't know, Toronto. And she went, we'll take them back there. We don't want you in our town. Yeah. Like again,
did you ask what kind of jeans she approves of?
I don't give a fuck, that fucking short-haired loser. Go fucking walk against traffic so you get another slice of cheesecake, you fuck. Like, just go suck my ass. Like, I love what Canada represents, but I would love to live in that country. That country doesn't. When you're on Canada's I've said it a million times. Canada's an oil and gas company with good healthcare, and that's because Tommy Douglas, in a moment of genius, went, here's the only time we're going to get. Canada would be so fucked if it weren't for like 3 politicians no one talks about, and none of them are named Trudeau. Like, I got news for you. Most of the problems we have right now is because of fucking Pierre not knowing how to fucking manage fucking... we're having problems with Alberta. I'll take a train and go give them the finger. Yeah, thanks very much, you bald canoed fuck.
Didn't he punch a guy out the train window on that train?
No, he gave him the finger out the window.
I heard he leaned out and punched a hippie.
No, that was more Jean Chrétien's move, who I really also enjoy.
I love Jean Chrétien's first thing after he left was like, they asked him, what do you think about legalization of cannabis? He said, after I am not prime minister, you'll find me with a joint in one hand and money for the fine in the other hand.
I mean, there was that. There was the fact that he attacked one guy with a mallard and then a wooden mallard that broke into 24/7. He beat him with a wooden duck. And then the other time is a protester got too close to him, so he just choked the fuck out of him.
Canadian famous interviewer Nardwuar.
Nardwuar's famous on the stream.
Constantly.
Yeah, we love Nardwuar.
Nardwuar is a gem. I constantly watch
Sean,
compilations.
are you referring to Nardwuar, the human serviette?
Serviette? Yes. Oh yeah, 100%. He there's an old clip of him, like it's he must have been 18, 19 at the time. Nardwuar, not Chrétien, obviously. And Nardwuar, it's before he's like, famous, and he goes up and asks him about protesting and asks Chrétien how he would feel if he got maced. And Chrétien right away is just like, I don't understand this word, this maced. What are you talking about, this maced? And he's just like, no, if you got sprayed in the face, he's just like, well, I wouldn't. And I'm pretty sure he drops the F-bomb. He's like, I wouldn't get fucking sprayed in the face. And he's just like such an over-the-top G. Like he's just, he doesn't fuck around.
So Jean Chrétien was the Prime Minister of Canada in the 90s when there was a second independence referendum for Quebec. Quebec is the French portion of Canada, and Quebec's a horrifically corrupt province where Jean Chrétien is from and cut his political teeth, so he knows that.
Yeah.
So they literally just bought up a bunch of the billboard space vaguely legally and did a couple of changing of the rules so that it swung in the Remain in Canada's favor for that election. And then there was the sponsorship scandal, which you all remember, which is when he got like dragged in front to answer for all of this stuff. And basically Jean Chrétien had to testify publicly, and they were like, did you do this? And he was like, well, I'll think you find the way that I did it was under the law at that moment. And then they'd be like, well, who changed the law? Well, the Prime Minister at the time actually had the right to change the law. So I'm like, but that was you. And he's like, yes, of course, but then what are you going to do? It's like the most gangster thing where they're like, wait a minute, so you changed the law like a week before that any university student from Ontario could vote, and he was like, yes, they were not smart enough to know that they should not have let me do that. Like, it's basically like, it's not what he said, like, but he basically, every answer was, he was like, well, when you have a 15-inch penis, sometimes you have to smack someone in the face with it. Like whoopsie.
I love how back then things could get buried, where he's like, politicians would answer things
this
so
2006
confidently.
It's just like pretty recently.
Yeah, but it's still though. I mean, it's just not talked about.
It's before social media. That's what it is. Is that
That's
you
the thing,
still had to get a newspaper. Like
and
Twitter,
even then, it wouldn't be on the front page. It'd be A7, and you're like, I'm not going that deep.
A7 of the Ottawa Citizen. I'm not reading that in the. I feel like Charlottesville, Prince Edward Island, the newspaper has more than one name. Like it's the Prince Edward Island Star Journal.
Register Chronicle.
All right, for the record, okay, there's two things I need to mention here. Number one, it's not Charlottesville, it's Charlottetown.
Charlottetown.
So I'm not going to be offended.
The Charlottetownvilleburg.
Yeah, no, sorry. You're not from the place where that race riot was. You're from the other one.
Very fine people in Charlottetown. Very fine.
On both sides, on both the Charlottetown. Isn't that crazy? The president said that.
Yes.
I can always know the president, but I just remember stuff and be like, wait, he said that to people.
And I remember the KKK was like, I mean, even we couldn't believe he said it. That was amazing.
Even you could see on his face. There's a moment where it goes, and there's good people on both sides, and there's a moment where I even think he's like, "Whoop, okay,
I'm gonna pay for that one." Shit. Sorry, Charlotte.
No, but you could see it in his responses too, though. Like when he made that comment about how he could shoot someone and not be prosecuted for it.
Oh my god!
And you could see it when he says shit like that, where he has that moment of like, I don't know if that was a good, you know what, fuck it, and he just piles through, and it doesn't.
Which I kind of appreciate the mischief of that, of just like that childish, well, let's see if I can get away with this now.
I'm going to be honest, and this is a bit I will do at some point, which is people always ask, how could you move to America at the end of 2017, and it's because genuinely when I made that decision at the beginning of 2017, I was like, there's no way it's gonna be this crazy. Like there was like I know that we don't talk about this, but when he got elected, I genuinely was like, well, this is crazy, but it's like someone will intercede, and then it's like smash cut 4 years later and there's 500,000 people dead, and you're like, oh, it got that crazy.
Yeah. I didn't have your faith.
I wouldn't call it faith. I was more just sort of like, I mean, if anything, it's amazing how quickly the Yanks have bounced back. Because like the day Joe Biden came in, they put like the amount of vaccination sites that are up in this town is
nice,
staggering. Oh,
and this you're in LA, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's promising. That's I was just on the way here. I was just hearing about the whole Texas things are just.
Can we talk? All right, here I need to 1 second. You keep talking.
He does this every day. He just disappears for a second.
Oh, it's fantastic though.
I've got all my beverages right next to me. I've got my water. I had a beer. I've got a whiskey just in case. I'm fucking ready, man.
I pissed in this bucket.
There you go. You're a goddamn professional broadcaster, Sean Hogan.
Yeah,
you're ready. I'm sure you soundproofed the bottom as well, so it didn't make that rain sound.
No, not at all. Silent stream, friend. Silent stream. Right against the side of it. Let it dribble down.
That's nice.
I can only guess we're talking about peeing outside.
Into a garbage can while on the stream.
Yeah.
Just go to my toilet. Okay, so let's talk about two things. One, what is the name of the newspaper in Charlottetown?
Okay, well, there's two on all of Prince Edward Island, the entire province that I come from. There is, you can either be on one side or the other. The Journal Pioneer.
There you go. Yeah.
I fucking knew this. Yes. Oh, that's good. That fucking feels good right there. Oh, that's good, clean fun.
Which everyone on the island gets that newspaper. And then at the other end of the island, there's also the West Prince Graphic.
Ooh, that one sounds like it's a hippie rag.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a commie rag from start to finish.
It is
graphic with a K.
Every edition of it, every single one has this one little spot on the bottom of the front page that says "Word on the Street."
Yeah.
And they interview 4 people that they meet on the street outside of the building where the newspaper is.
This is the name of this newspaper. I'm looking up "Word on the Street" right now.
I think it's. Wait, now it might be either West Prince Graphic or it's the Journal Pioneer. It's one of the two. That Word on the Street is. But and like literally, it could be anything. It's just like, what do you think of the weather this year? Oh. It could be any question at all, and that's the Word on the Street, and it's some of the best shit you'll ever read in your life. It's fantastic.
We're gonna get a taste right now.
Oh yeah, you should.
I'm on PEICanada.com because life is local.
You are the wrong person to be looking this up. Just give me a second.
Word on the Street. What is coming up in? Oh my god. Okay, so for this Word on the Street, oh my god, I got to be logged in. Fuck that.
What? It's behind the PEI Graphic is behind a paywall.
Go fuck yourself.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. See, that's just not right.
Because I'm going to be honest, I've never been to PEI, but I feel like I'm going to like it the best of all of the East Coast Canadas because all the 2 people I know from PEI are both good eggs, good solid eggs.
Who's the other one?
Diana?
Oh yeah. Diana's great. No. Yeah, Diana's awesome.
Yeah.
No, there's some good people here. I mean, there's there's.
It's the thing with PEI is it's just so hilariously small. Like it's shockingly small. Like it's Charlotte's whatever the fuck, and then I assume nothing else. Like, is there another town?
What on PEI?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah. There's 2 cities. There's Charlottetown, which is the capital. That's the big city, and people at the other end of the island literally call it COVID Central. Even though
how many cases?
0.
They could be there.
0. If it hits.
That's who it's going to get, those godless fucking city dwellers.
Salesman from Montreal.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be...
those PEI elitists.
Yeah. Looking down their goddamn nose at us. Who needs a second cup in at Tim Hortons, I tell you? Pick a side.
It's surprisingly cliquey here. I mean, there's some people here that are just like, there's like 4 different families that are buying all of PEI, and they're just because they can, because they've like they own all of the bars here and down. Like Charlottetown is a capital, and it has 150,000 people. That's
Canada. It's the shockinglyest, smallest place.
I love that you got province. You became a province. I don't know how you did it. You just
we have no business.
Birthplace of Confederation, everybody. It's birthplace of
Yeah,
Confederation.
man. That's what we celebrate a lot.
My hometown is bigger than your province. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then
in my neighborhood in LA than there are.
The other
see more people from your roof.
Yeah. What we're trying to say is Sean's home province is small. I don't know if you guys caught the drift.
If it was a comedian, it would be Martin Short.
Oh, Tony Little. They would, if it was an impressionist impersonating Martin Short, it would be Tony Little. Now,
I mean, you're going for
deep cut.
You're going for Rich Little. I gotta
It's
stop.
Rich Little.
It's Rich Little.
It's Rich Little. Yeah.
If you ever make a fucking mistake
All right,
like that
bye.
again, I swear to
later.
fuck. Yeah. Get the fuck. Yeah.
If he
so
pulls his
sorry.
hand back and he's wearing different clothes, I'm going to be very
Oh my
impressed.
God. He came back and he's just naked.
Hogan.
That's most I can do. Oh yeah, the other city is Summerside, and it has 50,000 or 40,000.
Go fuck yourself. That's not a city.
Hey, whatever, man. Jerry Seinfeld played there, so fuck you guys.
That means Jerry Seinfeld has a mistress there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
particularly nice girls' college in Summerfield or whatever. That's what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Summer-
It feels different. It's good being here after Toronto. Anyway, Toronto
How quickly, like COVID hit? How quickly were you on the island?
March 4th, I was in Calgary, and I was the only person in Calgary that was involved in both of the first outbreaks in Calgary. I was at my nephew's soccer game where there was cases, and I was also staying with my friend Paul, whose daughter, her daycare was infected, and those were the two like big stories in Calgary. And I was at both of those fucking things.
Did you get it?
No, we self-isolated at the time, which was like insane at that time. March 4th, like self-isolate. We had no.
I was still doing shows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was slated to. I was supposed to be at. I think I was supposed to be at Broken City. Anyway, I was supposed to be there that night, and then and I had to cancel. I just self-isolated, and then I got wind that they were going to shut down Toronto. Pretty much. And then I got wind that they might. I remember telling people they're going to close the bridge off to get to PEI. There is one 14-kilometer bridge.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
And they were going to close it. They were just going to shut it down and fuck you. If you're not a resident, you can't get in. So then I rebooked my flights and flew to Toronto, packed my car, officially broke up with my girlfriend, and then drove to PEI.
That was
All right,
it.
I got a couple of things I'd like to unpack. First of all, let's talk about what does it mean officially break up? Like, were you guys?
Oh, this is a great story.
Have you already heard this story? This sounds like it could be hot.
No. It's not. It's nothing major. We just broke up
Greg?
like 3 different times.
Yes, Jesus. I want to point out, by the way, I was shooting America's Got Talent on March 14th. So did you see how different Canada moves? Yeah. Couldn't get an Uber home. I had to take LA public transport during the beginnings of a pandemic.
That sounds similar to the kind of stuff that I go through in Charlottetown here.
Oh yeah, very similar. Just me and a bunch of very intense. Yeah, got off the train, and a guy walked up to a black security guard and called him the one word you're never supposed to use, and then they just had a fight.
Wow.
Yeah, security guard went, "I need backup." Did not explain. Turned off the radio and just started fighting the guy.
Holy shit.
That was at America's Got Talent?
No, this was at the Union.
That was Terry Crews.
That was a Union Station. Coming back from me doing it. This is me. I do America's Got Talent. No audience. Craziest thing. Amazing. Weird. Like, I'm so fucking discombobulated. Being like, all right, get an Uber home. Pandemic is here, I guess. What the fuck? I'm not going to Australia. Let's figure out what this is going to be. It's only supposed to be 2 weeks. Try and get an Uber. Never seen this before. No Ubers available in the city of Los Angeles. So I was like, taking the train home, get on the train. It's just me and sketchy people. Get to Union Station, which is next to Skid Row, and it was the convergence because it was happening all over the city. So now the train was packed. Union Station is packed with like normal people and crazy people all getting on the subway or getting Ubers, all that sort of stuff. I go to get on the track, see the fight, and then it's just me and a bunch of cops took the subway home. That's the long and short of it.
Great.
Was there no audience at AGT because of
COVID? Yeah, no, I requested that. No, you can watch the clip here. No, there was no audience whatsoever, and it was down. I was the second last person to film. The last person was a guy dressed as a chicken because they had every act go because they had because they literally were like, oh, this person's last plane to This is what we have to get the dancers on. There's only one more flight to Buenos Aires, and then they're just stuck here. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. So your girlfriend and you, how many times did you break up? Is this the third breakup we're talking about?
Yeah, this would have been 3. Number 3 or 4. I think Chris was present. Chris and I had a good chat in a cafe in Toronto about my second time breaking up.
What? Yeah. Okay, take me through all of the times.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom. You were incredible as well, and some of your rant held some water. Go ahead.
I'm gonna if we're gonna talk about Sean's ex, I'm gonna start drinking whiskey.
Where did that whiskey come from?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't have any whiskey here at all.
Poured underneath the. Should I smoke some weed? Did you just have it just ready to go?
Like I just knew something was going to happen. I'm ready. Betts is a pro streamer. Thank you, amazing.
Can we just talk about it literally just seemed like there was just a small man making you cocktails. And you're like, we're the X-File. Oh,
here we go. Yeah, well, you guys don't come prepared. You keep getting up to get drinks. Not this guy.
I mean, maybe I'll smoke weed out my window. I mean, if we're going to do that, then we have to go long because we're at an hour 10 now. And if I'm going to get stoned, we're not ending at.
Why? What does it usually go?
Well, we do anywhere from an hour to 2.5.
Yeah.
We're at an hour 10
Yeah,
now.
I literally had when I first started watching this, you told me just like, oh yeah, we'll get you on in 20 minutes. And I started watching this and I had it playing in the background and you guys were talking about stocks, I think.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about stocks.
Sean, you're in a rural Canadian environment. How many of your friends are telling you, I've gotten stocks figured out?
I'd punch him in the face. It's awful. I don't know anybody. I was going to say we hang out with very different comedians.
No, we don't.
I don't know. I don't know many of my comedian friends right now I know a few in Toronto that are like trying to dump money in stocks.
Yeah, exactly.
All my friends back home are getting into crypto every day.
The
WhatsApp
fuck
crypto.
Off. Oh my god! It's crypto.
Have you seen the price of Ethereum?
Yeah, governments aren't going to be able to stop cryptocurrency. Oh, really? They're not going to be able to stop cryptocurrency. Really? Good. Yes. Sure. Yeah. Please. What other lie? They stopped communism. You cunts. What the fuck are you talking about? They're going to be stopped.
Did they?
Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Now this sounds like some of the chats that I hear comedians having.
I mean, it's just so like I just want to punch everyone in the neck. You don't even read the back of 2 books and understand that you all sound like assholes. No, I'm not getting on the ground floor. I'm going to set the ground floor on fire. You're not who I'm talking about, King Geo, but you definitely know one of the people who's really into stocks right now, who I think we both could agree should not be into stocks.
I don't know. Like I met a guy the other day on the way to a show. Actually, he was going to the show, and then anyway, he was just like, oh yeah, I got so much right now riding on Bitcoin, man, so much, and I didn't quite get in on GameStop. I was like, man, we just picked you up from a fucking trailer home. Yeah. Like he's living, him and his girlfriend. He's just like, oh no, we're dumping everything into that because we're gonna get a huge house. And I was like, I don't know if
you're not.
You're the kind of person that should be doing this.
You're gonna lose a trailer. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, he's renting too. Like it's not a good scene.
Here's a sentence that I'd never want to say. I gotta go pay rent on my trailer.
And I
have to go commit suicide using my suicide machine.
It's the most Canadian thing I've seen too. He has like a $70,000 pickup truck.
Oh, this guy buys cigarettes on a credit card.
In his Oh no, he doesn't smoke cigarettes. He was vaping the entire way.
Of course he was.
Didn't ask permission.
This is how long it's been since I lived in Canada. Is that I'm old enough that I remember that the real scumbag move of Canadians was, oh yeah, I got a silver American Express and I use that to buy cigarettes. And you're just like, what? You do not buy cigarettes on credit, you asshole.
You should weird big dick move.
It's Alberta oil money is what it is, or as I call it, the crypto of the 2010s was go work in Canada. This is a fucking bit that will only work in Canada. Go work on the oil fields for 6 weeks and you'll make 10 grand. That was the crypto of the early 2000s. Yeah. Everyone had that fucking story.
Yeah, it's true. I did it. I worked 2.5 years on the rigs.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Yeah, it's the work. Oh, it's so fun. You sleep in a tent with a bunch of misogynists, and then they bring actual prostitutes up. Like
the only person who leaves with money is the town coke dealer. Come on down.
Yeah,
it was. Whoa! How do you know Jordan? That's crazy. No, the guy that I or no, Jeremy. That's what his name was. I should have his full name.
Gross! You should buy coke from a guy named. You can't buy coke from a guy with a tri-colored sweater.
No, the best thing about
he's got mallards on his shirt.
This was early 2000s, and he sold really good weed and made a fortune.
Oh, of course he did.
He was making like $90,000 working in the oil field anyway, and then he made an additional like $80,000 selling weed.
Yeah,
and yeah, he just like he treated it like was allegedly. Well, his name's Jeremy or Jordan or whatever.
There's a whole lot of allegedly on this on these streams.
Yeah, allegedly. He rents a fucking trailer now anyway. Who cares?
Is this the same guy?
No, it's not. I really wish it was.
Play to your strengths, Jeremy.
I just remember doing a corporate gig in Alberta, and the guy said, we got bought up by a company in Texas, and they're Christian, so we have to have comedians. Last year, we had peelers and hooers. And I was like, wait a minute. The Christmas party last year was strippers and prostitutes, and now it's me, the anti-stripper prostitute. Oh, good. I can't wait to bomb.
That's fantastic. I did one show for in Red Deer with Monty Scott. Was just a classic gentleman.
Montgomery Scott, of course.
Montgomery Scott. We did a show anyway, and there was one table where there was one guy, obscene gentleman. It was table 15. One guy was awful, and it was a staff party. He was the most coked out. From 30 feet, you could tell, like you could just see the buildup on his nose. Just the most coked out person in the room. And we started to rip in on him. And then someone says, just like, oh, he's the owner of our business.
Great.
He is the CEO. Like he's actually doing quite well for himself. And then he yells out, he just goes, when are we going to the fucking naked lady store?
I can't believe the worst word in that is store.
I mean, store is that's so good. What's also good is, did anyone else, Chris, did you play the game of when he said naked lady? And I'm like, where's this going?
Yeah. Store wasn't among the options that I thought.
Store is bad.
So bad.
Oh, it's awful. That's common slang for strip clubs in Alberta, Canada is the naked lady store.
Yeah.
It's awful.
But you went with them though, didn't you? You fucking went to the store with them.
Don't you dare.
You threw your loonies.
Dare.
You did, bud.
You did.
Don't you dare. I still
you threw at the same time as everyone else, but you threw dimes and hope no one would notice.
Whatever, man. Dusty was a beautiful woman.
Oh, Dusty. Yes, of course. There's always a Alberta stripper named Dusty. What was it? Yeah, a friend of mine dated a sex worker, and she would twice a year fly to the oil fields and come back with just stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks.
Ooh.
Yeah. And like just didn't talk about it.
How
was your trip? That's not what we're here to do. Here's money.
I got 50 grand. And we're talking, like, I think she was there 4 days. You're just like, that's so many grands.
Jesus Christ. That reminds me of, do you remember like that it was a thing that they would do in the 90s where every now and then a porn star would just try to break the record for most men fucked in an amount of time. And it was like the Houston something. And this porn star, there were men lined up single file in a stadium.
Of course,
she was just on a bed.
Could you imagine?
That's what I pictured for that 4 days. That's
guaranteed too. I bet you sadly the guy at the end of the line chose to be at the end of the line.
He kept letting guys go before him.
You didn't even need to say that. That
After
guy,
you.
that guy is saying to himself is like, they always remember the 500. They always remember the 500. Oh. All right. I need to go stand by my window because the chat has voted for something, and then we're going to get the story of all three of Sean's breakups.
Oh, no. I thought that I avoided that really.
No, you absolutely did not. Welcome to streaming, my friend. We take tangents. Chris and I figured this out.
We wander a lot, but we always come back to heartbreak.
Exactly. It's also one of those. Oh, Joe Trope is here. All right.
Hey, Joe Trope.
The record for most men fucked at what time went to insert poem.
It was Limbaugh for sure.
I mean, isn't it sweet that guy choked on his own tumors? What a bag of shit.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
There is no more poetic end for him than it was his throat that killed him.
Oh, it's great stuff. I love it every day. Just go rotten hell, you fuck. Mwah.
And I saw, I think it was Mark Maron tweeted about it. He's like, listen, Rush Limbaugh loved nothing more than speaking shit about dead people. So I think you would have loved this reception. Yeah.
That's great.
It's like,
For those who don't know who Rush Limbaugh is, he's... that'd be good. But I mean my shit. All right. I am... Exactly, Alex Watson. Exactly. I'm going to go stand by the window. Sean's in charge of the stream. Sean, manage the stream.
Oh, I've been usurped every time. I've been cucked on my own stream.
Oh, dear. I mean, anything to avoid talking about those awful breakups.
That was crazy. I was telling someone the other day about the first thing I said to you about your relationship, and they were like, "You're an ass." And I was like, "I'm honest."
Hey, I wouldn't ask you if I didn't want the juice. You know?
Yeah.
You and I sitting in a famous cafe at midnight drinking coffee. I wouldn't. I wouldn't ask your opinion if I didn't want the goods. That
was nasty. That was nasty.
Yeah, but that's how it's always been though. Same as man. I felt kind of awful, but a little proud of that. I wrote you the other day about an article that you put up. And it was really sweet what you said, but at the same time, I felt like such a fucking dick.
It was so funny. I loved it. So if for anyone watching, by the way, Meg McKay, we're streaming this on Twitch, so you can go to twitch.tv/Chris Betts, which is mine, or twitch.tv/John Hastings Comedy, which is John. So both show. Yeah, so for anyone watching, I did an interview with a magazine talking about my Versus podcast, and I told a story about Sean where I had just had a great set in the room that you watched the show from the other day, which was the Comedy Works.
Sorry to interrupt. I don't want to interrupt the story. I'm not doing anything that would violate Twitch terms and services, but if I were, should I go sativa or indica?
I'm not the guy to ask. Allegedly, Hogan would know.
Allegedly, supposedly. Do we go allegedly sativa or do we go... Meg McKay, it's also on sativa. It's also on Twitch and Facebook. What are you saying, Sean?
No, on the Chris was talking, and he's drinking whiskey. I wanted to add
I don't know the answer.
Continue.
I don't know the answer.
All right.
The answer is sativa.
Okay, sativa. There you go. Yeah, I don't know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, supposedly. Oh, I think that's still on the window. All right.
But no, what you were saying, Chris, about that was I just wanted to add that this is like very early on in either our comedic careers.
Yeah, we were brand new. So very actually, yesterday we watched videos from John and I being very new at stand-up, and to the point where this is like back when I had hair.
Here?
Yeah, on here. We watched it last night. Yeah, it was fucking horrific. I had the fundraiser joke. I don't know if you remember that, and then the clubbing baby seals joke.
I know.
And I had like a big beard and long hair and shit.
Yep.
Oh god, it was unwatchable. But it was in the works, and I'd been going for 5 months maybe at the time. But yeah, so Hogan and I used to stand at the back of the room, and we would give each other brutally honest comments on each other's sets because we were both like, I want the truth, and everyone's too nice, so just fucking hit me with it. And I came off stage one time, and I'd done the best I'd ever done up until this point. I was feeling fucking amazing.
According to the audience, you killed.
Yeah, according to the audience, I killed. I get 10 steps from the stage to the back of the room, and Hogan just looks at me and goes, I bet you think that went well, don't you? I was like, tough but fair. Tough but fair.
Hey, I mean, we may as well have been sitting in a cafe at midnight. Somebody needed to say something.
It was great. It was great. I needed to hear it.
Yeah, we were the, I don't know those characters' names, the two old men in the Muppets.
Yeah. Do you remember the comics that were older than us who had been going for 10 years who were scared of our laughter? Like we were bullying comedians. We were new open micers bullying headliners.
It was really fun because I think we were the only two that were we wouldn't talk shit, but we would.
Yes, we would. We used to talk shit to each other and then laugh out loud at the wrong time during other people's sets, and they knew what we were laughing about.
Name names of the Montreal comedians you were saying this about. I know who they are.
It's only comedians that don't perform anymore.
That's
Jess called us mean girls.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Jess called us mean girls. She was like,
Jess Solomon?
She was like, you guys just sit there and you whisper about people and you laugh at their sets and we're like, yeah, we do. Yeah, people are bad.
Yeah, but the
can't believe you did that to Dylan God.
Yeah, Dylan God. Oh my God.
That's not funny, Alex. That's not fucking funny. All right. That's not funny at all. It's very funny, actually.
Oh, Alex, you asked something about an MC story, and I don't remember what I said. So do you remember any details about it? And if I can remember, then I'll tell it. But also, the sentience is not increasing in my stream elements. Stop making me think that AI is taking over my stream. We talked about robotics today, and they started freaking me out.
I didn't hit anything.
God damn it. Yeah. Hogan, do you remember anything specific about my set? Because I was just
I know what she's talking about.
Videos from before.
She's talking about Grumpies. This is actually a perfect crew to talk about Grumpies with. That's what she's talking about with MC stories, because you started MCing at Grumpies.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sean wouldn't perform there. He was afraid of it.
That's totally was the first time. No, I did because the fucking first time I did it, Ram, the bartender, who we just fucking didn't like each other for some reason. I don't know what it was.
Great with him. Sean and I were like best friends, and Ram and Alex, I got along beautifully. And Sean,
you're freaking me out, and I know that there is audio. And I will now have to turn my fucking Twitch on to confirm that there's fucking audio.
Sean, we're just gonna have to keep talking until John gets his fix.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. I can see his mouth moving, but I don't know.
Sean's got a terrible fucking poker face, and it's so
what do you
good.
mean?
Exactly.
What?
You just proved it right there.
What are you talking about? I'm a great poker player.
Oh, that was so good. Sean's got a terrible poker face. What are you talking about?
Great.
I'm good at poker. I was just faking a thing.
My cards only add up to 2. I was afraid of Grumpies, for fuck's sakes, because Ram, the bartender, gonged me the first time.
Were you really good?
He gonged. My cards only add to 2.
That was Sean. All I heard was Sean.
You fuckers.
That's fantastic.
Well played, everyone. Well played. So yeah, he gonged you?
Well, yeah, he gonged me. I think in support of my set. It was
he used to gong one person a night, and you were chosen.
And yeah, man, he had a little gong, and he would just.
I think I remember the gong was maybe before my time, or after.
It was after your time.
It was the worst. He would take it out. Well, because he got tired of it, probably because the host would put on like 50 acts a night, for fuck's sakes.
Well, anyone who signs up gets to go on.
Yeah. So to anyone watching, Grumpy's open mic it started at 10 p.m. It ended at 3 a.m. There was no booking. You just showed up. I had a piece of paper next to me, and you just put your name down. We had singers.
And it started.
Comedians.
And we had whistlers, by the way.
We had whistlers. We had a whistle off.
We had a whistle.
Had a whistle off to Jay Dilla beats that I brought in.
It was the closest thing to an Eminem scenario I've ever seen in my life.
Everyone laughed at me when I told them that I was doing that, and then we did it, and people fucking loved it. It was the best reaction anyone got.
When I go back to Grumpy's 9 years later, it's still the most common thing that's brought up to me. By far.
It was great. It was a moment.
Anybody,
but yeah, people hated it. They talked through the show at all times, full volume. And so comics hated doing it because you just got ignored or yelled at or gonged off by Ryan.
Yeah, it was very odd because I was there right after it started, which was comedians Dan Bingham, Peter Radomski, and Deanne Smith were like, we need more open mics in the city. Mm-hmm. And then Grumpy's was next to a comedy club, and they were just like, they say it says open mic there on Tuesday. We'll just start going. Mm. And then that's how it rolled from there. But yeah, people were just having a nice drink and being attacked by music, comedy, poets, and nonsense.
We had a bunch of cops doing Highland dancing once. Anything was possible.
Yeah, and but it was also that weird thing of it kind of became a parody of itself at a certain point, and that people were like, "Oh, you got to go to Grumpy's and bomb." And sometimes you'd get there, and they're like, people are actually all there to see the show because it was a thing to do because it was a university fun bar.
Yeah. But yeah, you are right in that it became a parody of itself because people would actively try to ignore and not like the regulars there would try not to laugh, and they would try not to.
I didn't find that.
I mean, that was my interpretation. That's why I never fucking did it when I was early on.
I mean, some of those regulars just had other problems, Sean. Like that's the other thing you have to remember. Some of them
there's still regulars. That was 10 years ago, Sean.
The thing with Grumpy's that is also crazy, it's the only bar that for me, it's the only place in the world I find it's somewhat frozen in amber. Like you walk back and you're like, some of you are just as I left you, and it's been so many years.
Oh, it's the only bar in Montreal. It's the first bar that I will visit in Montreal without a doubt.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. It's my home away from home. Like I really I miss it. But yeah, it was a great show. Except for I had my worst audience reaction. Well, it wasn't even an audience reaction. There was a guy that used to come up every Tuesday for like 6 weeks, and he would play a full version. Hogan, you might remember this guy. A full 7-minute version of Stairway to Heaven on an acoustic guitar, solo included.
No.
Every time.
No Stairway. Audio. Yeah.
Every time. He did not. He did it once, and we were like, okay, that was pretty good. And then he came back, and we're like, what are you going to play this week? And he went, what do you mean? And just fucking played Stairway again and again. He told us he had amnesia and didn't remember any of his life. And so now he was just doing what he could. And then one night he got gonged off by Ram because he played fucking Stairway 7 weeks in a row. He immediately yelled, I spent half my life in prison. I'm going to murder all of you. Stepped off stage, grabbed a pint of Guinness, hucked it at Ram, missed. So Ram didn't even move. He was just pulling the pint, just watched it happen. The guy, I went on stage, grabbed the mic off him, and I was making fun of him as he was walking out the door, kept doing the show. 4 minutes later, I'm trying to reset the room after an assault took place. He comes back. He'd gone to a construction site, picked up a 2x4, and comes into the bar and starts swinging.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Yes, just like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ram jumps over the bar, grabs a baseball bat that I didn't know he had under there, and chased the guy out of the bar while we all booed him.
That's something else.
Grumpy's was magical.
Did the story start with this is my worst audience reaction? Like, where did the audience...
Well, that was, not worst a show, worst interaction with some, because he was sort of, every performer was the audience at Grumpy's. No one was allowed to call themselves an act, really. You just sort of jumped up. It was an entertainment raffle. And entertainment in like entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, I've seen like maybe 3 comedians come in there and just destroy.
Andrew Schultz came in and tore the roof off.
Yeah, I remember that. And then, he, he did.
He did. And then he was really nice. He sat with us at the bar for hours and talked shit. He slept
on my couch that night, actually.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Andrew Schultz. He crashed on my couch in Montreal that night, and him and Mayu.
Yes.
And he might. Oh dear God, yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
That thought.
This is forever on the internet. I don't know if I can do.
Go into the. Well, no, yeah.
Just give it an allegedly.
We could delete it. Although I don't think I'm going to do that.
No.
What happened though,
Sean? Highlight it. Someone's going to clip this.
No, there was just we got loaded that night. Like really.
Okay. Did you guys kill a guy?
Really drunk. No, but Andrew Schultz might have. I don't know if he saw me or not, but he was sleeping on my couch, and there was someone. I got up and like we drank beer all night, like draft beer and then poutine at like 3 a.m. Like just.
Why the hell not?
I'm Montreal night, and then I wake up. I don't know, 8 a.m. and I'm freaking out because I have to use the bathroom, as you would. And the door is locked. My roommate was in there showering, and that's the only bathroom in the entire place. And I'm freaking out, and I don't know what to do. So I had to go.
The sink, you maniac. What do you?
Yeah, you have a million options. Go outside your front door.
If I had to piss, that would have been a great option. It would have been fantastic.
Oh, gotcha.
Would have been great.
All right.
Yeah.
Beer.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, without getting into detail, because I don't want it to be, that gross. I ended up on our back patio, which
Sick.
is with my garbage can and a plastic bag in it, and just crouched down. And then at one point, I look in the window and I see Andrew Schultz laying on my couch, like looking at me. And I was like, I think I hope he doesn't become famous. And he is just watching me shit into a bucket, I think.
I mean, that's totally not where I thought the story was going.
Me neither.
No, me neither. When it first started happening. I remember, someone commented the other day, they're just like, hey, did you see that on Netflix? You see Schultz on Netflix? I was just like, oh, no, yeah. And then I quickly told them my connection to Schultz, and they're just like, "Oh, you should never tell that on any Twitch ever."
Yeah,
you should have saved it for Jimmy Fallon.
That's a great panel story. That's once you get on the couch.
I don't know if he did see it, he was pretty cool with it.
He's a pretty cool guy.
I mean, you'd bring it up if you saw that for sure. You're like. Because it's not like my mind would immediately go to, were you shitting in the garbage pail? Like I'd be like, what are you doing out there? Some sort of weird dance of some description? Like I wouldn't immediately.
I mean, hey, we never talked about it.
I guess so.
You never know. You never.
Here's how you know. If you run into him now, because it's been a lot of years and he's met a lot of people, and if he immediately remembers you, he saw you shit in a bucket. Like you're in his memory forever, right there. He's like, oh, he wouldn't say it. He's not gonna be like, it's the bucket shitter. But in his head, he's like,
oh, I could see it. I could see his brain working. If it was just like Montreal bucket shitter, I remember.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's an issue.
And that would be a specific look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The fridge is making when you were telling that story, I noticed at one point I distracted everyone because I did this and tried to listen out. My fridge is making a weird noise and it's bothering the shit out of me.
Well, is that it, or is that you tapping?
That's me tapping, but my fridge is also making an odd noise and it's bugging me, Sean.
Well, just make sure that the meat's not spoiled.
Yeah, here's hoping.
That's the main thing.
Seems all sealed.
So,
nice and tight. I also don't know how fridges work. How do fridges work, Sean? Tell me. You're a craftsman.
I'm a fridge craftsman.
You're a fridge craftsman, but you're a contractor of some description. You can swing a hammer, can you not?
I did years of that.
Yeah, you did years of
that. In Toronto, that was my backup gig.
How was that?
I mean, it was rather awful, but I love building shit. I love I redid this entire apartment. Every apartment that I live in, I kind of redo it, which is why landlords love me.
What do you like? You come in, you like change the edgings, and you like spruce it up.
No. I don't do anything major, but I give them I'll repaint and fix all the walls and redo the entire place to cut down on rent money and stuff like that. And then it just makes my place look way nicer.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah,
I've
never done that ever. I would never say I would ever spruce up a place.
It's just I just like Bets's little chuckle there.
Yeah, it's not it's like that roughhousing thing. It's not the kind of word I can hear John saying. Oh, that was from Versus. I just realized. I thought that was from our stream. I'm streaming too often now. I don't know what's coming from where.
I was like, wait.
Yeah, spruce isn't a very
I like
Isn't
that
a very
Sean also
Hastings
just went
sign.
blank and just was like, "Wait, what? What am I supposed to? I don't know."
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go look at my fridge to figure out what this noise is. Sean, explain it to Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
Do you know how fridges work?
Yeah, it's cold on the outside,
Yeah.
but warm on the outside, and cold on the inside. And you put your food on the inside, but not on the outside, and that's a fridge.
That is one of the most childlike descriptions of how a fridge works I've ever heard in my life from an adult.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's cold, but but you don't want it to be warm, so you keep it cold. It's a fridge.
It's true. That'd be amazing if
Yeah.
that would be amazing if you fucked that up. If your landlord like explained that in that way to you, and then they came over and your food is just on the floor in front of the fridge,
Or right on top, where it's at its hottest. Yeah.
Oh, you guys talking about how I use my fridge? Yeah.
how fridges work.
Yeah.
Chris had a great description.
I was just telling him it's cold on the inside. It's hot on the outside. You don't want your food to be hot, so you put it in the cold place. It's a fridge. It's cold on the inside.
Yeah, that's true. That's how that works. Yeah. Couldn't tell you how. I couldn't tell you how. Not for all the money in the world. Could I?
It's cold.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
It has to do with electricity. It's plugged in.
Yeah, and some sort of chemical of some description. They always talk about refrigerator chemicals.
Yeah, Freon, baby.
Yeah.
The chemicals react with they mix with the electricity, and then it makes cold. That's what happens when you mix chemicals with electricity.
Big Heat didn't want Sean giving out the old info on their nemesis, the fridge.
Yeah.
All right.
You meet chemicals when chemicals and electricity meet. That's how you get cold, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That's how you get cold. That's what
Tell me how
happens,
rain works now.
That's what's happening in parts of the States right now. Chemicals and electricity.
R420, super cool. Yo, D-Carp, you nailed it, bruh.
I am. By the way, I'm still on the stream. I just I'm smoking out my window because I wanted to. So I'm just not on camera.
Are you still making rollies, or are you just now just out of the pack?
Rollies forever. I like the ceremony of it. I miss rolling joints as well. I don't smoke weed anymore, so it's part of that.
So Sean,
three times.
3 different breakups. Let's start with breakup 1, please.
Man, we are running long. We're already at 140.
All right, easy. I mean, the stream ends when I fucking say it ends, Hogan, and then you're gonna make it with the story here.
Yeah, but I still know the person. Though.
Okay, then we totally don't have to tell it. I thought it was like a fun dramatic. You don't know the person?
No, it's not like a. No, it's not a super like I don't know. There's not a lot of fun parts to it.
Are you guys are you still on good terms?
Well, in the sense that we don't speak.
Okay. So it's not hate mail terms then. That's something. Okay. It's not open sabotage.
No, like we talked. We talked
how
for
long?
the first 8 months that I lived back on PEI, and then once she realized that I'm really not coming back, we stopped talking.
I see. So the breakup when you went to PEI, it was going to be like, how many hours was that? But it sounds like it was brief, but somewhat extended.
How many hours was the breakup?
Yeah. Like how many hours of breaking up was it?
Oh, it wasn't 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was really worried you were about to say it was a text message, and I'll be like, "Oh, Sean."
Well, it wasn't even like a fish. Man, it was. We're getting in the weeds here. It was more of a like, I got to do this. I'm going to do this. I have to go home and tend to the family and make sure my folks are okay. Because at that time too, like I didn't know what the fuck was going on, man. I remember like we're sitting in her apartment, not touching, and this is someone who I just spent 3 years with, but. I just had in my mind, I was still like, I'm going home to PEI to my parents who are in their early 70s. Like I can't risk anything. Yeah. So we didn't physically touch. And then at the end, I think she was just like, I need to give you a hug. I'm like, well, all right. And now I need to go back to my apartment and shower. But we hugged and then I left from there. So it's probably like 40 minutes.
I got to say, Hogan, you are so much more emotionally mature than you were when we lived in Montreal. I'm very impressed.
I want to know what the comparison story is. That's a fascinating insight.
That is a fascinating insight, Chris.
It's well, you can talk about feelings now as opposed to get hammered, and yeah, no, I'm still here. Don't worry about it.
This is how I like talking about feelings with Chris Betts when I can't see his face.
Yeah, exactly. Also, yeah, this is a great question from Joe Trope. Does Betts have an 80s kebab shop fruit machine in the background?
No, that is Little Nemo, which is one of the original newspaper cartoons, and he did these beautiful creative uses of the page and really cool comics. He was one of Bill Watterson, the guy who made Calvin and Hobbes' biggest influences, and that was a Christmas gift for my wife.
Oh,
well, isn't that fun for Chris being married?
Yeah. Yeah, while we're talking about breakups, do you miss it?
I kind of.
Oh,
that's good stuff.
I'm so fucking lonely.
Does Betts have a comment on drunkenness on H?
On H? Who's H?
On H?
Yeah, who's H?
Who's drunk on heroin?
Yeah, who's been drinking heroin? That'd be a terrible.
Who does that? Oh, or do you mean on Hogan?
Oh,
that would probably be what it is. Yes.
It might be Hogan.
Sean
was the most. In general.
In general.
Drunkenness is so fun. We used to drink until 4 a.m, 3, 4, 5 days a week.
Good.
And we never talked about feelings. Neither of us did, and we both grown a little bit since then. But Hogan, just like when I was back last year, I was in Toronto for a little while. We hung out a lot, and the way he talked about where he was in his relationship was much like. Whereas before, when we were younger, it was a sort of like, ooh, feelings are starting to come in. I'm out of here. And this time it was like, well, we've had some problems, but we're working through it, and this is how I feel about it. And he was just super mature, and I'm really impressed. That's a tough growth. I'm not even trying to make a joke. Like, I'm genuinely impressed at your growth.
Well, I feel like the last year has been kind of a regression a little bit because of I don't know. I started drinking a bit again.
Hogan. Hogan.
Hey, I've been doing like quite well with it and actually enjoying it and being mature with it and not doing anything foolish. Which is
how long? Because you stopped drinking and then like just got shredded. Like I remember, it's like you're like, well, got to stop this, and then 3 weeks later, you had an 8-pack.
Well, I wasn't that shredded, but I was putting on like. Yeah, I was right into box jumps. I had like, I don't know what it was. I was all about really jumping as high as I could. I have no idea why, but I think it was just like
one of those guys at the gym, of course. Yes.
Yeah. But well, the fun thing was, it was the only reason I was doing box jumps because I realized how much money I could make on bar bets, jumping up on top of bars. So, which I did from Dylan Gott. Dylan Gott he still fucking owes me $75 because I jumped up on top of a bar that he thought was impossible to jump up on top of. So,
well, he's got a kid now, so you're never seeing that money.
Yeah, I mean, I have access to a shared account with him, and I'm not giving you that $75.
But well, at that time, I remember staying away from. It was 4 years. It was almost 4 years that I just quit everything and just
quit the demon rum.
I quit the demon rum. I quit the devil's grass. I quit. I don't know any other way of describing coffee. I quit caffeine for 4 years.
And are you back on all of them now? Just like a little.
In moderation. Pretty good. I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good actually with it, which is surprising.
Yeah,
good man. Glad to hear it.
Although
out of it.
Yeah, I just quit again though. I'm on day 2, so. We're
that actually
here's to that.
Yeah, if anything, that worried me the most.
The quitting?
Yeah, that's right. What are you trying to hide? What happened on negative day 38 that warranted the day 2? Or was it just kind of thing of like, all right, let's
rein it in. It was just waking up in really strange places. That was the worst part of it. It was just a lot of
strange places.
I mean, I've had a few. It was the blackouts were pretty bad. I woke up one night. I got drunk at my favorite bar in the world, the Cloak and Dagger in Toronto. And then
I just remember the first time we went there, and I threw up on the floor.
Oh, was that the night I met you guys? Is that one of you threw? Because like you ended up there with Dave Merhej.
Yeah. Dave and Fuck, who else was there that night?
Night, Tom.
I can't. Oh yeah, good night, Tom.
Good night, Tom.
I got loaded that night. Anyway, I got really drunk one night, and then I was on a blind date actually, and then she went one way. I stayed because I had friends coming after the date, and we got loaded. And then I woke up the next morning, and I thought I was in a different city. But what happened, I didn't have a cell phone, didn't have a wallet, didn't have anything. And then I realized, though, that I took the train, got on the train, passed out, and it took me to the end of the line, to the other end of the city. And then had to borrow money from a homeless person to get on the bus. And they pitied me and gave it to me.
Wow.
And then that got me back, like a 50-minute bus ride back into the city.
Oh.
And then a month and a half later, I was drunk again at the bar, and then I woke up in the exact same fucking place. And I was just like, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm so tired. And then I lost my wallet that time too, and that's what led to my identity getting stolen and me getting pulled over in Saskatchewan and getting fucking accused of identity theft.
Oh God, we called it back. How the fuck did that work?
Yeah,
it was an hour ago.
And that's why when I fly back into the country, I have a lot of questions for me.
I can't believe you landed that plane. Did you pay the homeless person?
Yeah,
back?
I think we were all wondering.
No, he wasn't there the second time, so another person had to give me money.
The first homeless person, did you give him the money back? Did you go back?
Yeah, you said you borrowed money.
He gave me $2.75 for the bus or whatever. Yeah, $3, $2.75. No, I couldn't find him. He was gone.
Mm.
He didn't have that's like an unfortunate part of homelessness. They don't have like one spot that they, live.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they definitely have one.
Yeah, there's a guy near my house who was there every day for 2 years.
I mean, there were like 3 guys near that house that were there. The guy who used to sleep in front of the mall going towards the Sainsbury's was there for 5 years.
That was my guy. I always pick one homeless guy in my neighborhood, and I give him money or food, depending on what he wants. And I go, this is how I help, as opposed to giving to a bunch of people. I just pick a guy, and I sponsor him.
Mm-hmm. There's like a guy in the gray members only jacket by the subway, by that spot, who was just the rudest homeless guy. Like you're I get why you're in the situation you're in. You're just very rude.
And someone that could have been you.
Why the bus is that expensive?
Exactly. In Toronto, no one knows.
It's awful. Yeah, it's like $3. It's over $3 now. It's like $3.50 or something.
So wait, so you'd wake up in that place, wallet, phone stolen, or lost along the journey?
Left on the streetcar that I was on. I got on it with the intent to go home, and then the owner of the owners don't drive the streetcars.
Yeah,
I'm just
the mayor doesn't drive the streetcar.
The mayor of the streetcar woke me up and was just like, "You need to get off, man! Like we're literally at the end of the line."
Yeah.
And I just got up and left everything on the seat and just took off.
Oh, that's the worst. I mean, I've done that a bunch of times. No, like I know your pain, but I didn't lose my stuff. It was still in my pocket, luckily, but I could have.
The next morning I went to the main spot, like the main, I forget the name of it, Bay. It's Bay Station, I think. Yeah. And that's where the Toronto Lost and Found is for all of the public transit. Mm. And I go in there, and I remember asking, because I had that girl's phone. I had that girl's phone number on that phone, and I wanted it so bad. Like she was so cute. And she was expecting me to text her back. And I go there and I go in. I'm just like, I lost my phone. It was a BlackBerry at the time. I was just very modern. Very modern. And I don't know. I need it. Is it here? And he was just like, when did this happen? I was just like 8 hours ago. And he's like, man, that's not going to be here. And he goes around the corner, and within like 40 seconds, he comes back with the most awestruck. He's holding my phone. And he comes around the corner, and he was just like, I've been working here. I'm almost retiring in 2 years. This has never happened to me. ever.
Amazing.
He's like, you're still drunk, aren't you? I was like, oh yeah, I'm loaded. And
he was just like you, and he was like, yes,
but it warmed his heart when he was just like, why do you want this so bad? I was like, it's about a girl, and he was like, there you go, son. And he like gave it back to me, and
nice.
I took off, and then I lost it a month later.
What's interesting about the idea of saying to someone it's about a girl is that like that could mean so many very sinister things. If you're like, statistically speaking, it means bad stuff.
No, I don't think that's true.
Based on the behavior of men towards women, that's just him going like, it's about.
But then I don't think you'd say it was about a girl. If it was about something sinister, you'd lie and you'd say I have pictures or something like that. If you actually say if you give the old Goodwill Hunting line, then I think that's like a sweet.
Just look at them and just go, "Are you like them's apples?" Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know. I think I'd be surprised if someone had like devious intent if they said, "I got to go see about a girl."
That's why whenever I need to say it's about a girl, I always just look at them and go, it's about a real feisty dame. That's what I do.
There you go. That's that you're gonna hit that woman. That's what I hear.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I thought that was gonna land a lot harder in terms of laughs, and the ground that little joke. Real bomb-a-roo. I didn't realize we were broadcasting to Hiroshima.
This guy uses the back of his hand. This is old school.
Chris, again, I don't know how this is happening. How is this happening?
Oh, no. We're in trouble now. I don't like any of this.
I mean, so was that the weirdest place you woke up? Just on I don't think I've ever woken up.
Really?
On public transport.
Oh, no, I did that all the time.
Yeah, I've woken up I woke up in Mexico in an awful position. I've woken up in like.
Where did you start? Where did you start?
No, this is why I quit. This is exactly why I quit. I just
started drinking at the Cloak and Dagger.
No.
Hola?
Yeah. No. I flew down to Mexico to
These were all sober decisions. So you're not drunk flying to Mexico.
No. I'm not drunk flying to Mexico, but I was flying to Mexico to the first girl I ever said I love you to her wedding.
You weren't the groom.
This wedding story is a great story. I don't know if you're going to tell the whole thing, but
no, I'm not going to tell the whole thing.
Come on, why not though?
It's just I told her like I loved this girl. I loved her. Her name was Anna, and I loved her so much. And she's getting married, and then she invites me to go to Mexico, and then I decide that it'd be funny if I kind of tricked her a little bit, and I told her that I couldn't go because I couldn't afford to. But then I called the travel agent and like told her like, hey, I'm thinking of surprising my friend. Can we make it so that she doesn't know I'm coming? And she's just like, I think this is a wonderful idea. Yeah, let's do it. And we hid it from her. And so then on the way down there, I start getting drunk on the plane, like just having some drinks, not getting too outrageous, but on
perfect. By the way, just pause here and just enjoy the East Coast backpedaling classic move of that. Just to like, got drunk on the plane. Well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Drinks. Hey, between me and the gals. Yeah.
And her relatives were on.
That's great.
Her relatives were on the flight, and they were asking. Everybody was just like, "Oh, like how do you know Anna? How do you know Anna?" She had a friend from Australia that was flying, and she's like, "Oh, it's one of my oldest friends."
This travel agent is shit at surprises that she put you on playing with all her family.
Yeah.
Well, that's why. No, but everybody was going like it was all the. I don't know. It was all on the same flight. There was like two different flights with family on it. It was just as long as we could surprise her. Like when I got there, it's like, "Hey, I'm here." You know,
so everyone else was in on the surprise. It was just...
By the time we landed, people were starting to be in.
Chris, Sean had exactly only one drink on the plane and ended up talking to everyone on the plane. Yeah, we all know you have one drink. And it's time to get to know 80 people.
What made it awkward was that the more drinks I had, how I would introduce myself when someone asked me, "How do you know the bride?" I would say, "Oh, she's like she's the first girl I ever loved."
Oh no!
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I was gonna say how many drinks until you said I loved her and I'm going to her wedding and she doesn't know I'm coming.
And she doesn't know I'm coming.
Oh, you see, when you say it with a directness like that, you really learn something about the story. Something like this is like a wholesome thing. I'm sure they're friends, but Chris really crystallized the context. I love you. I love you. I no longer love you. Okay. She meets someone else. Come to my wedding. No.
So anyway, I tell people it's just like, I'm going to surprise her, and there's like, how do you know her? Oh, she's the first girl I ever said I love you to, and at that time she was the only girl I'd ever said I love you to, and then
I mean, let's hope you didn't get that detailed. And how do you know?
She's the only woman I've ever loved.
Yeah, she's the only woman who ever said I love you.
Well, the second girl I said it to, I broke up with 3 times, but we didn't get into that. Thank God.
I wasn't really hoping. I was really scared that you were going to say the second girl I said I love to was also at the
wedding. So we went. I got down there anyway, and we. She was very surprised, and she loved it, and it was great. It was like she cried tears of happiness, and it was a really sweet moment. And I continue. It's all inclusive for a week, and so we just start getting obliterated. Like
just for those, if you like from Canada, all exclusive or all what is it?
Inclusive.
All inclusive.
All inclusive. Yeah, inclusive.
Everything is free on the resort, which means Canadians literally in shorts leave winter, land in Cancun,
awful.
Nail it, and then head on home.
Leave the bottle. We drink like we're in Deadwood.
Yeah,
it is stupid. It's not fun.
Yeah, we're contractors. Go ahead.
So you're getting wasted. You're there for a week.
What's your beverage of choice? If it's free booze. Do you go beers or do you? Let's mix it up.
It began with beers, but then once you drink so many beers, it led to vodka waters, which and then the water levels.
To yourself, and you think that it's actually good for you. And you're
hydrating.
I love that one.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. I'm drinking water.
I had that
and
work
vodka.
once. All right, I had that goddamn work one time. Yeah. One time. The trick is you have to make them yourself, and it's 1 shot of vodka and a pint of water. No hangover. But if you order that in the bar, you should be beaten up.
Yeah, it's just called delusion.
I'd go up and just get 3 fingers. I'd be like, just give me 3 fingers.
3 fingers of vodka, 1 finger of water, hydrate.
Done. There you go. You get it, John. You get me. And so the whole week I ended up making friends with a lot of people. It was great. It was a good time. Even the hotel staff they were calling me Borracho, I think was my nickname.
Okay.
And I thought it was like, hey, I'm a party. I'm a party guy.
I think it's Spanish for throws up in jacuzzi.
No, it literally, I think it translates to drunk.
Is it? Oh, Borracho. I have it here as an uninvited wedding guest who loves the bride.
Okay. I've got it right here. Urban Dictionary. Borracho. BORRACHO. Mexican or Chicano slang for a drunkard.
Yeah. And I was introducing myself like that. Like they were just like, "Oh, who are you?" I was like, "I'm Borracho." Yeah. So I just like unloaded and just saying like, "I'm a drunk piece." What was it? A drunkard. No, I'm a drunkard.
A drunkard. Yeah.
Basically, what you were saying to them in broken Spanish, but this is what Sean's greeting was to this family. Hello, I am the drunkard. Your daughter used to be in love with me, and now I'm going to win her back.
No. She never said I love you. She never said I love you to me.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this has gotten much darker.
Yeah. This was a one-way street.
You understand that everyone that you met on that plane and in the days up to the wedding, they had like a contingency plan for when you objected to this wedlock, right?
Family lore, Sean. You understand that you're brought up at an awkward moment at Easter lunch. Someone goes, "Who remembers Borracho?"
It was oh
my word in heaven, this is it was a
time.
You saved that family. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, well, so then we continued to get drunk the whole week. And then the night before the wedding, I thought we were going to take it easy the night before the wedding, which I kind of was. I was, being moderately behaved. And we started going back to our hotel rooms, and then the groom kind of pulled me aside and pulled like two other guys aside. And he was just like, hey, I actually kind of want to get a little fucked up tonight. So do you guys want to come? He definitely pulled like the biggest borrachos there. Yeah. And he was just like, do you guys want to like
los borrachos.
Yeah, los borrachos. And he's like, do you want to come? Let's go get a little messy. And I was just like, sure, let's do it. Let's live it up a little bit. And then a blackout occurs after drinking. I was, so then I wake up off the resort, which we weren't supposed to do. I wake up at a Corona bar, and I'm sitting there.
Terrible name now. Real poor.
Real poor. And I wake up, and there's a very, very large, a large man sitting beside me. And to the left of me, there's like 5 or 6 off-duty professional dancers that are in the middle of dancing. And they're doing like an audition for a table of judges. And I'm just like looking around, not really knowing what to do. And then I go, the big guy too. The big guy looked at me and he was just like, hey, you didn't answer. I was like, answer what? He was just like, I just asked you 3 questions. You answered 2 of them and we're about to answer the 3rd. He's like, did you just come out of a blackout? I was like, yeah.
Oh, man.
Like what were my answers for the first 2? I found out that the 3rd one.
Russian roulette. Who wants to go first?
So then I ended up. I kind of blacked out again. Like I was I was out of it, and then I ended up at a urinal.
Night, Joe. Good to see you, bud.
Hello, Joe. I ended up at a urinal anyway, and a little person. I think is the politically correct term, maybe not a child, a adult little person.
They prefer they really don't prefer not a child. That is not the one that they like.
This is one of those not children.
So I'm at
I'm at the wonderful carnival slang.
So
I got a whole set of people that are children. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, this is another.
All right, so you're at a blackout. You're at the urinal. It's you and a little person.
I'm at the urinal anyway, and this hand comes in front of me holding a key of allegedly a key of cocaine, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I just remember kind of saying like, "Get that the fuck up my nose," because I need help. I need something to wake me up here. And so anyway, we end up. Everything works out fine. We end up back at our hotel rooms, and I end up passing out in my room. It was great. And wake up the next morning, realize that we're supposed to be there at 3:00 sharp to take us down to the beach, which is 5 kilometers away, where they're getting married. That was key. They stressed it the day before. There's like, show up at 3. I wake up. I have plenty of time. I look at my phone, plenty of time. I go to the bride's room, and it's like noon. They're already getting ready, which I thought was kind of funny. I was just like, okay, like you guys are really on top of it. And they're all excited. I go to the groom's room. They're getting ready. I was just like, man, you guys are killing it. You're way ahead of the game here. I don't know how you're surviving. I go back to my room. I start getting ready. I'm an hour. I have plenty of time. I go to the lobby, and when I get there, I decide to go buy cigarettes last minute. And I go into the little store there, and she's like, "Hey, Baracho," and then I go up and
It's like you're Jason Segel in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, everybody knew me. Like I was resort famous. So I go up there anyway. I asked the time because I'm just like, it was 2:45, so I had plenty of time. And I just wanted to double check. So I asked her, it's like, hey, it's 2:45, right? And she's like, no, it's 3:45. I was like, no, it's 2:45. And I show her my phone, and she's like, oh no, like that iPhones don't reset, like they don't calibrate down here. Like your phone is still on whatever time zone you were So I'm an hour off. I realize that I'm 15 minutes from the wedding. And I rush to the lobby. I have no way of getting there. They tell me, like, you can't possibly make it in time. I start running. It's 5 kilometers. There's no fucking way I'm going to make it. And as I'm running, I hear a cart driving back, and it just wheels around. And it turned out like the guy was just like, Borracho! And he turns around, and it was the guy that sold me weed like 2 days earlier. He was in the resort and allegedly sold me weed. And he turns around, and he picks me up, drives me to the beach, drops me off. And as I'm running onto the beach, everybody's waiting for the bride to come around the corner.
Oh, no.
And as I get to the beach, like I'm running. He drops me off. He's like, go, run. And I start running. And then a cart drives by me, and that cart, on the back of that cart, as it drives by me, on the back of it is Anna in her wedding dress and her mother. And they see me, and I'm dripping in sweat, and I'm fucking so hungover and still drunk. And she's like, Sean, what the fuck? And I was just like, hey. She's like, stop the cart. She's like, get on here. And she sits me in between her and her mom and then takes me the rest of the way.
Oh, no.
And then we get there, everybody goes, and she wanted all of her, she wanted to be the first one around the corner and then thank the bridal party. And so she goes around the corner first, and then the bridal party comes around the corner, and then I come running around the corner. And so the audience just, like, everybody just sees the guy that was going to ruin the wedding come running, sweating, running around the corner. And people, like, with iPads and people with cameras are just holding them up. And there's like, I saw like at least 4 different people just being like, you motherfucker. Yeah. Like they just thought I was ruining this wedding. And it worked out. Like I got a card. I got a card from her dad, I think like 2 years ago.
Is that marriage still together?
Oh yeah, they're still happy. We're actually better friends. I'm like better friends with her husband than, like, he's amazing. And we're very tight friends.
I was really scared for a second of like, oh yeah, it totally worked out. We later broke up 3 times. That's where I thought it was going to go. But I like this much more movie.
No, it worked out.
I want to pay to go. I want to go to a family gathering with her family and be like, all right, how many Borracho stories are there? Because I feel like Borracho is really discussed. Oh, this is a question coming in from King GOWTF. So you tell the husband you love him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I do. Yeah, hello, Chris. If you're out there, I love you, and I'm glad that you're.
Oh, that really scratched me where I itch right there. That was absolutely bad bentings. Oh, maybe I'll have a whiskey. I feel like this is going to be a repeat of yesterday.
Yes.
No, I want to put a little taste of bourbon. All right. Man, that did work out very well. That was a lovely wedding story.
Great. I love that story. Borracho.
Hola, Borracho.
Hola, Borracho. I feel when people said it.
Diablo Sean. No,
Borracho, sí, Borracho. No, Sean, Borracho.
I was trying to do the Chris. My name is Christopher Betts, but you can call me Mr. Betts. But I was trying to do it with, my name is Sean, but you can call me Borracho. But it would only work if I was able to say it in Spanish, which I was not, so here we are. Were you there for when Chris tried out the bit? My name is Christopher, but you can call me Mistifer?
I don't know if I was there for that.
Hence John's display name there.
John.
Biting my style.
Yeah, John. Hastings here.
You still do the bit?
Oh, this is very good stuff. This is.
I open with it, and then at the end, I close with it with a call and response.
Christopher. Hey, I turned
crowd surf out.
Chris's stream, and I saw the leather jacket. Bill Hicks. How dare you? I know what you're talking about. Sean Hogan is comedy's little boy. Sean, please never change. All right, get to it here. Enough of this. Chris, where's the weirdest place you've ever woken up? Sean's already given us a fucking doozy. Let's go.
Most of it. Okay, I woke up. I did the end of the line in the train thing. I've done it on the tube a bunch of times. I did it in Montreal on the metro there. That was a big thing. But the worst one was when I lived in Brighton. I lived at the top of a really steep hill, and one night I woke up. I guess I'd gotten to the bottom of the hill, said "fuck this," and slept on the brick wall outside of a building at the bottom of the hill, 5 minutes from my house. And I woke up, apparently it was student dorms. And so I just woke up with kids playing Frisbee around me. They were like, hey man, you okay? I was like, I'm good. Just got up, had the strength and walked up. So I slept on not a wide brick wall, a normally thin brick wall.
What a terrible place to sleep. It's like, why don't you sleep on the road? No. I'll sleep here. I've also, all of those brick walls are also usually have a crook to them. Like they're usually.
Luckily very flat. That was and another one, I woke up in the middle of the night.
You're like, I had a pillow and a sleeping bag with me and a tent.
I woke up. I fell asleep 69ing. That's right. But I woke up fine.
You wait a minute. That was directed at you?
Yesterday.
Yeah, that was me.
We learned yesterday that Chris one time fell asleep 69ing a lady, and he was on top, which is rude.
That's how people die.
That's right.
That's wow. Good thing you're slender.
Yeah. I was really young, so I was very slender, and she was pretty small. But yeah, she like lifted me, moved me over, scooched out, and then she was still there in the morning. We dated for 3 years.
Was she?
What are you gonna say?
Was she an ALP?
That was even weirder. She was a what?
Adult little person?
Okay, you mean not a child?
Yeah. I think you actually mean not an adult. It's the guy that doesn't know the joke but just try and fixes it.
Yeah.
Why the chicken cross the road? I'll take it.
One time I was drinking at four of my childhood friends have birthdays in April, so we rent a place in Whistler and we all go up and we just get fucked for a weekend. And one time, one guy pissed in the kitchen while we were drinking. Just look at like making eye contact with all of us, like what? And so one friend was supposed to be sleeping sort of near there, and I was sleeping in an air mattress further away. And I was like, just take my bed. I'll sleep somewhere else. I don't care. And when I woke up, where I decided was the best place to sleep was on a linoleum floor in the bathroom, under a wet towel, under an open window.
What are you, an old alley cat?
I was just like, I'm ready to die. I'm ready. I'm gone.
I have a few. This one is just because I saw it in the chat. There's some story behind that.
Oh, nice.
Which was so King GOWTF. I went to his wedding. And he'll eventually have another wedding, but I went to this wedding, and we were told like bring your own booze. We don't have that much booze. So me, two brothers that are friends of ours, and a lady went to an LC. And we stocked up to go to the woods. We need like 3 2-4s, boys. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
So we showed up, and me and one of the brothers, Panda Andy, we were too excited. So we just started drinking as soon as we got out of the car, and like immediately got drunk, put on garbage cans, and started sliding down a muddy hill. Like we were bringing a real fun energy. And then I forgot about the muddy hill portion of that, and that out of context, and being like, that was a weird thing to do. Anyway, so because we are at a wedding after all, we then got way too drunk, like comedically way too drunk, and then a suckling pig and delicious dinner was brought out, and between the two of us we were like, we better go just make ourselves throw up in the woods. So we walked into what we thought were the woods and started forcing ourselves to throw up, and then let's just see if King Geo's chiming in here at all.
No, he's just laughing. He's just laughing.
Okay, good. Yeah. We didn't realize that one of the people at the wedding had 5 children that were all just playing on the other side of this bush. Some of them were very impressionable because literally just saw 2 adults in like silly clothes just Duh! And then laughing so much that we did it, and then not realizing we were doing it in front of children. And then they were like, "Whoa, that's cool!" And then they started with, "No." Yeah, we got super drunk. Oh, that wedding was insane. I woke up in not my tent. I woke up in the tent next to my tent, just holding 2 beers.
Still in your hands, like not next to you, like just clutching.
It came in handy because I needed a drink right when I woke up, because that was someone invented at that wedding a new cocktail that's really taken it's on the rage. Yes, I was about to bring that up. Yes.
It's not okay. It's not okay. Wonderful.
If you were there,
the kid was really asking for it.
If the kid.
That's a sentence that should never be said ever.
I will explain. So we invented a drink called Shambles, which is champagne and Red Bull in equal measure in a big cup. And when you drink.
I had someone order that at a bar that I worked at once.
You may have been one of 5 people.
I really wish I'd known.
That sounds like a whiz banger. A whiz banger is vodka and red wine.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Sean, have some self-respect.
What? A farmer in Okotoks, Alberta. He told me that he's like, you guys think that you can drink? Try drinking my grandfather's drink, a whiz banger. And he told me what it was. And my buddy and I went out and got loaded on whiz bangers. And I showed up to work the next day with a washed off dick drawn on my face. And then he said, "What did you do?" And he's like, "We drank whiz bangers all night." And he's like, "I made that up, you fucking idiot."
Whiz-banged.
That's alcoholism. Nobody. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to digress.
Oh, that's really good stuff.
That's great.
That's really good. Yes. Yeah, so let me tell you, if you drink, like, let's say about a fuckload of those, like I think I had at least 10, you will be hungover for 5 days.
Yeah, of course. Of course you will. You fucking maniac.
I remember chain smoking at that wedding, and King GOWTF's mom allegedly walked up and went, "Picked up a lot of bad habits in show business." And then I said, "Or good ones." And she went, "Guess so." And then just went on her merry way.
The sweetest intervention I've ever heard of.
One of the sweetest ladies you ever met.
I remember when a guy ordered when a guy ordered that at the bar that I was working at, I was being poached by a better cocktail bar. And I was very happy about it because it was like a classy, fun establishment. And the one I worked at was a fucking meat house for bankers. And guy ordered, while I'm talking to my future bar manager, he goes, an order comes in, they go, "Can we have a champagne and Red Bull, please?" And I looked at him, I was like, "Do you fucking see what I'm dealing with here?" And he laughed, went away. Waitress came back. She's like, "They asked if you could add more Red Bull." I was like, fuck this place.
No.
Wow.
I mean, yes, the other thing that happened at this wedding just is also this.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What's happening? How did you leave out all of this?
I mean, it was a very fun evening. Also, like, 2 guys just kept setting off fireworks just in the woods.
This was where in Canada was this? In Ontario?
This would be in like sort of mid Quebec, like right across the Ontario-Quebec border.
Like Gatineau area?
Yeah, exactly in the Gatineau area. Technically, is it in the Outaouais?
Maybe. I don't know that well.
He does. He grew up there. That's why I was trying to. Yeah. It's his parents' property. And what happened? He had a wedding in Ottawa the night before, and then the reception was the next day for only their friends. Which, looking back, we could have used some family members to really temper our joy, because. So basically, there was an above-ground pool, and it was like August at night. And we were all like, "Let's go swimming." And we all got in and decided to make a whirlpool. And then one small alcoholic lady, turns out, she's not very sure on her feet, just whiz bangs right into the fucking side of the pool. And I remember at one point they were trying to figure out was anyone sober enough to drive, and let me tell you, there was only one, I believe. And then they like drove her to the hospital. And by the way, this is how good that party was. uninterrupted. Like the party was like, all right, everyone towel off, let's do this.
Wow. That's wild.
We went and took it. We found out someone was like 2 people went to bed at like 1 a.m, and for some reason then 10 or 12 of us went and found their van and just shook it and then ran into the woods. And
how old were you during this wedding?
I was just thinking this.
This is 9 years ago.
So mid-20s. Very nice. Very nice.
That sounds like mid-20s. Yeah, mid-20s style.
It was rad. The best part was the sliding down the hill at the top of it. That was the best part.
That does sound good. I remember
oh, wow.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to ask. That was at like the beginning of the night?
We got out of the car, drank a bunch of beers in the parking lot, and then put on garbage bags and slid down a muddy hill.
Like things are only going up from there.
Who tailgates a wedding?
I'm fun. Chris, you also know that I get out of hand.
Yeah, good times though. Real fun.
Yeah, I just get way overexcited, and then it's just like, well, why did you buy a water slide? And you're like, it was fun. We're having fun now. We can't, like, we now committed. It's like how the stream started. We were only going to do 90 minutes, and here we are.
Here we are.
2 hours. Maybe I should get a whiskey. We'll go 7 hours. Just by the end of it, just saying nothing but secrets. Chris is on coke.
This is escalating. You don't know what I got lined up underneath this laptop. It's about to get ugly.
We already saw you just pull a scotch as if out of nowhere. You realized I was streaming with Jack Donaghy.
Did you guys? Oh well.
No, go ahead.
Oh no. I was gonna say something new, so you go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the only thing I have a show tomorrow night at 8. So that's
Zoom or otherwise.
That's no, like a live one.
Oh yeah, but you're in Canada and there's no COVID.
Yeah, well, this part, yeah. There's so I can do like two shows this weekend.
Who's the really like? There's like a few East Coast celebrity comedians. Is one of them like Uncle Jimmy Bim Bim?
James Mullinger? What are you talking about?
No. I know exactly who he's talking about. He wears like a fisherman's hat.
Yes.
Fuck off.
I swear to shit. Jimmy the oh fuck, let me look him up here. Jimmy the janitor.
And he's got a fisherman's hat on?
Oh yeah, look up an image of Jimmy the janitor.
John, you gotta share this. There's gotta be a video. I love these regional guys where you go, boy. I get why you never left, but how did this even happen?
Oh, he made a killing. He made a goddamn fortune.
I hope you guys are all excited to watch some Jimmy the Janitor.
I can't wait.
How does this happen?
You'll see.
Oh, John's going to put it up on the stream.
What? Man, I don't understand how technology works. I know how fridges work.
I know how technology.
You got to share the video, though.
Oh, I will.
Oh, okay.
It's all about the visuals with Jimmy the janitor.
Oh, listen, I don't feel like Jimmy the janitor is going to be known for his subtlety.
Good to see you, Greg. Take care, buddy.
Good night, Greg. I'll get back to your message. I'm very sorry, but yes, I think I am.
I was thinking about that show we did together last year, the other day, with very fond memories. I missed it greatly. Thanks for having me. He runs such a fun show at a bookstore.
Who's that, Greg?
Greg, yeah.
I don't think I shared the fucking audio, and we can't just see Jimmy the janitor. Oh, Hastings, you prick!
Well,
Stream Elements, you shut your AI mouth.
I mean, there's one. Wow, what was the other guy too? I mean, well, the other guy was like Canadian famous, but he's a Newfoundlander.
Who's that guy?
Who's that?
He was
Jerry D.
No. Older.
Rick Mercer?
Older.
Oh my God! Look at this outfit.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Performed on stages all across Canada and the U.S. and is well known to all New Brunswickers. Sandy.
No way does this guy play the States.
I mean, I want to say this right now. You know how fucking crazy it is when they say his like real name in this weird pre-recorded DVD intro that was clearly filmed inside a Legion.
That's a big crowd, though.
I mean, that's all of New Brunswick.
He would do like, man, he would sell. I bet you he'd sell like a couple thousand tickets at certain venues around. Like, it's wild to think that this happened, but
he's definitely someone's dad's favorite comedian.
Oh yeah. I feel like Sandy Gillis is now running for provincial politics in New Brunswick under the like MAGA weird Canada ballot. Like how Canada's now going.
This guy?
Yeah, that's right. I'm just projecting that he turns out to be super right wing, Sean.
Oh no, he was involved in a murder suicide.
What?
Is that true?
Yeah, no.
Oh shit!
I was thinking like I don't know. I was trying to think of something else. I wanted to think of like a car pileup that he caused and like multiple deaths.
I mean, for murder suicide, because Chris and I both bought it for a second. We're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I know. I should have stuck with it. I should have stuck it out.
Oh, fuck you!
I like how that.
Boy, nice to be here. I do this talking all across the country now, and I love it. The problem is to travel. I'm in the air 2 or 3 times a week, and I got to tell you,
I can hear the young comedians who see this guy at a club and wherever the fuck he lives, and the shit they say about this fucking guy. Well, I just talk like the way no one in East Coast Canada actually talks there, bud, but how people think that we fucking talk.
Jesus
Chris, are you going to have
Christ.
another whiskey? Or should
I could, yeah, if you're going to have a whiskey, I'll have another whiskey.
All right. Well,
Are we going to push this to a 3-hour stream?
I mean, I think we should. I think we have
All right.
to.
I think you should.
All right.
I mean, I'm watching Trading Places later.
Oh, so good, though.
How much
it,
later?
It is.
Oh, it's okay. You're what? You're 4 hours ahead of us? 10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30 right now. Yeah.
There we go.
Still
All right.
laughing.
Everyone in the stream, go get a whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I realized something that we're going to have to watch during the mega stream, and Hogan might want to be a part of that part of the mega stream, which is Stevie. Remember Stevie, John? I know Hogan remembers Stevie.
Oh, I remember Stevie.
Stevie and I made a half-hour-long short film that still exists.
I need to see this.
Keith Waterfield's in it. What's her name? Sandy Armstrong from Theatre St. Catherine is in it, and it is terrible. It's about like parallel universes and drug
Wait
abuse.
a minute, you did a high concept. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, we're doing 3.5 hours. We're doing 5 hours. Okay,
I don't have that in me tonight, but that's a teaser for the next one that we do.
Okay, hang on, let me get a whiskey.
All right. Yeah, you'd left for Toronto at that point, so you didn't you weren't able to be a part of it. But
Oh, do you remember? Do you remember the sketch? The first sketch performance I was ever in was with you and Stevie.
was that the one with Keith as well, where we just kicked him to death?
Yeah, and we practiced in a living room, like
That's right.
the night before, and then we.
We just kicked the shit out of Keith.
Yeah, we literally, a part of the, I forget what the joke was, but we beat him to death.
The idea was that we're all these like happy brothers, but we just hate Keith, and so gradually we just get to the point where by the end, like we just abuse him, and we were just bullying him the whole time, and then at the end, we're all just smiling and laughing and kicking him to death. I can't believe he agreed to do that.
No,
It's
I
like,
don't.
Keith,
Yeah,
come on, man.
that was the first sketch I was ever in. That was, oh man.
Yeah, I think me too. Alex, I don't have that power. This is John's hosting the stream,
Yeah, nice
so
try,
there's
Alex.
nothing I can do.
Well, what's Alex trying to swing here?
Trying to boot John.
Yeah,
So just a Chris and Sean show.
Yeah, she's the Tom Hagen to Chris's Michael Corleone. He thinks I'm Fredo, but I'm fucking Sonny.
Hey, they both die.
Damn it.
All right, let's check out this janitor.
Yeah, this stream is brought to you by Maker's Mark Bourbon.
Very nice. Did you know that all of those bottles are hand dipped? The wax on the top. There's 4 women that do it.
No.
And you can actually, if the people that work at the distillery can tell which one dipped it by the drip pattern on the wax at the top of the bottle.
No, there's 4 women.
4
They're
women.
not 4 women. Maker's Mark's
4
everywhere.
women. Yeah, 4 women. At
How
least
do
that was true 10 years ago. They might have changed it
All right,
now,
well,
but
I'm
it
looking it up
had
right
been
now.
4 women. Yeah, because I used to know the distiller.
Jim
It's,
Baker?
How many bottles can they possibly?
Steve and Mark.
What are the women's names?
Deborah, Hansy, bitch face, and Sarah.
All right, I'm now on whiskeywash.com, clearly some sort of incel fan page. That's just purely decorative. I don't think it's hand dipped, bud.
It was 10 years ago. I can guarantee that it was, and it was at similar distribution to now, because I literally I drank with the distiller, and he told me that was common knowledge. I used to drink with people very high up in the alcohol industry, because my drinking problem used to net me a lot of money.
That's true. Now look at us. You got 6 subscribers and drunken stoned with a sober time.
I'm going to smoke out the window of my shared house. I'm married.
I'm scared to death of flying, dear. Now, a buddy of mine, Binky Beliveau, said, "Hey, don't be scared of flying. My stewardesses fly all the time." I said, "Yeah, but you never see an old one, do you?" They don't make it, boy.
I mean, that's a good joke, except for it comes from the lens of a character that the assumption is a moron, which is the most Canadian character type ever, which is just, look at this idiot that's from a stupid place.
He doesn't know how things work. Let's laugh at him. What does it say on his hat?
Jimmy.
Yeah, literally Jimmy.
I thought it said funny.
It lights up at the end of jokes. Oh, that would be so
All the same to you, Binky, I'm going to take the train. You said, "You think the train is safer?" I said, "Yeah." You said, "Did you hear about the big train wreck?"
It's a TV show, and I just heard a microwave go off. That's the level of Canadian production.
Over
You got
in
some
India,
pizza pockets going
Yeah,
on.
exactly. The cameraman's hungry.
400 people seriously killed. I said, "No." I said, "What happened?" He said, "A plane fell on them, boy."
Boom.
I mean, that's not the worst joke, actually.
Structurally, it all works. It's just bad.
I want to fucking put my fist in this guy's mouth.
Yeah,
I mean,
put other
you
words
gotta
into that
watch for
structure. It's a good joke.
If
The
you wouldn't,
signs, eh?
Go ahead.
no, I just said if you wouldn't have died in that murder-suicide, I'd be
Yeah.
trying to punch him in the face.
He was killed, seriously killed.
Yeah, if he was in a murder-suicide, do we think he's the murderer or the suicider? Or the murdered?
He's the murder suicider, definitely. Character comedians are always the ones who commit it.
Yeah, he
victim.
committed it.
Yeah. If someone's
Like you drive
married
up
to
to
the
the-
character comedian long enough to murder suicide with them,
I just
they're
didn't know,
murdered.
I didn't know Chris Benoit was a character comedian. I'm so sorry.
I was laughing.
Check the chat on that one.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. Oh, there
There
it
we
is.
go. There it is. Yeah.
Oof.
You just winded a man through the internet.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's always bad when you made someone feel something on the internet because it's never a positive emotion. Uh-oh.
Airport, what's the first thing you see? Big sign that says terminal. Yeah, flying can be, but. So then you go through the beep beep lie detector, right? You get on the plane, you get seated. What's the first thing they start doing? They start getting you ready for a crash. Stewardesses says, "Now, if the plane gets a hole in it, the oxygen mask will fall down here. Now, is it just me, or is that little tube really attached to anything?" Like, where does the oxygen come from up there, bud? An oxygen angel or something? You know, I don't think it's an oxygen mask. I think it's more to muffle the screams, right?
I mean, what's weird is if you just did this in a slow, deadpan voice, it'd be like the most terrifying monologue you've ever heard in your life.
Well, the thing he doesn't. This observational stuff isn't that different from what was like on TV all over North America at the time. I'm guessing this is 90s, right?
Yeah, it must be.
I'd say.
I'm currently looking at his website, and let me tell you, this is a GeoCities classic.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
he still performs.
Oh,
Crazy.
yeah, he does.
I bet he still tells this joke as well.
Sandy Gillis is a native Cape Bretoner now living on Prince Edward Island. After 25 years in broadcasting, he retired as partner and operating director of the Maritime Broadcasting System to pursue his funny business as comedian Jimmy the Janitor. Hang on. So this guy is trying to claim that he was in show business because he worked for the company that made it so television cables exist.
Wow.
I mean,
So he was
that's a backdoor in.
That's a real yeah.
He hacked the fiber optics and made Jimmy the Janitor.
The Jovial Janitor has 11 CDs to date. Boo. A successful nationally syndicated radio show. That's not true. Many comedy appearances on CBC Radio TV. Okay. And the Comedy Network. Is a founding member of Late Night Live, the Hubcap Comedy Review. Has one movie under his belt. Was a principal player in the TV series Daring and Grace. What the fuck is that?
I've never heard of any of this.
And performed at conferences and theaters in Canada and the United States. No, you don't.
I bet he did a lot of corporates. I feel like this guy did a ton of corporates.
Oh yeah.
Fuck? There's no way. Who in the United States would understand anything he's saying?
People from Maine.
Yeah, I suppose so. Although I saw in the comments that someone commented, is he doing an Irish or an Aussie accent?
There you go. Yeah, that's anyone. That's an American.
Daring and Grace is a teen detective series that was on in 2000 and is so little watched that according to IMDb, they don't even know when it ended.
It's ongoing.
It says 2002, and then you look at there's only episodes in 2000 and 2001. They just don't. No one has cared to update it. And I'm trying to find if Sandy Gillis is in the cast. Thus far, I am down to where there are no photos of any of the actors, and I have yet to see Sandy Gillis anywhere in the cast.
Wait, what was the name of the paper that he started?
Oh, you mean the sketch troupe he was in?
Didn't he say he was like the founder of it? Sounded like it was like a newsletter about comedy.
No, he's but was a principal player in the TV series before that.
Before
he's
that,
a founding member of Late Night Live, the Hubcap Comedy Review.
Review is in like a review show. Okay, I thought it was like an Interrobang kind of thing, but just for the Maritimes.
I mean, I don't think that he knows what Interrobang is.
They definitely don't know what Jamie the Janitor is.
I mean, I want to point out all of his. Okay, you can buy all of his albums, which are numbered, by the way.
Although, Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, but the problem is that it starts. The first album is called How's She Going by Jimmy the Janitor. By the way, that's number 2. Number one is listed is third down, I think. Anyway, no, it's not. There's just no number 1. By the way, also all of them marked the best of.
That's where the money is.
The best of Jimmy the Janitor. How's She Going by Jokes and Stories. That's volume 2. There is no volume 1 currently. Then Just Joking by. Then the third one is just called Unplugged, but he's holding a plunger. Good Christ. Number 5, Another Letter from Mama by. Number 7, where's number 6? This guy doesn't know how to fucking count. Sweeping the Nation by. Oh, he's holding a fucking broom. I hate this guy. Somehow we're at number 8, even though we've skipped 2. And it's Keeping It Clean by.
Jesus Christ.
There's a theme. I'm liking the theme.
You know what, Sean? There certainly is. And then number 9, Just for Fun by. And it looks like he's like trying to be like a rock star. I think clearly a thing about Just for Laughs. That's 9. And then a stand-up guy by, and he stood on a home.
Wow.
Guy by.
And that's he's missing 2 volumes off of his 11-volume set.
Alex, can you start a poll, because I want to know what you guys think about this. What are the odds? Like, do you think he ever mentions anything to do with being a janitor in his set?
Great question.
That is a great question. I just realized that if you click on any of those albums, it plays you a 1-minute clip of his album.
We got 7.5 minutes of gold here, big guy.
Yeah, buddy. Come on, we can see. All right, so let's see if he mentions being a janitor. Let's see if he does it. He hasn't yet.
Before he does, do you think he does? I don't think he does. I think he never mentions it.
Absolutely does not.
I don't know. I'm going to go with yes.
I don't think he's thought this character out this much.
I think he has to.
All right, let's find out.
Then the stewardess says, now, if the plane falls in the water, you can use your seat cushion as a flotation device. Now I'm sitting at the airport in Moncton, eh? Excuse me, stewardess, but like, how much water, say, between Moncton and Toronto, dear? None. I want a seat cushion that bounces off the top of trees, please.
I mean, that actually is a pretty good joke. Here's the problem, is that you don't have the safety instruction when you're on the ground.
That's true. You're already in the air.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you do have it on the ground, don't you?
No, you have it. Doesn't it happen like it's
No, you have it on the ground, right?
No, you have it.
I've been in my house for too long. I can't remember.
Yeah, they do it. They do it as you're taxiing. They do it as like the taxi, like and then I'll sit down.
I mean, I don't know if it's
by the way,
fair.
Alex, please, thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't say please when I asked her to start a poll.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hogan. You were saying that you don't know if it's fair?
Well, I don't know if it's fair to dive into the minutia of that joke for Jimmy the Janitor. I mean, that's.
I got this for. I'm diving in the minutia. Also, I haven't been on nearly enough planes recently. When is the safety instructions on an airplane?
That's true, and I think. How the fuck can you possibly have 10 albums and not once mention you're a goddamn janitor? I don't think it's possible.
I mean, he's just probably he's too busy mentioning immigrants.
I think who said it here? So Diamond Geezer, is it funny because janitors are foolish, stupid even? I think that's the point, is he just picked a job that people think is full of idiots. And then he never mentions it. Yeah,
there we go. Thank you. It's like during takeoff, basically. It's so you've left the airport. It's what I more mean. It doesn't have, we're at the airport. It's like, you're not. Once the little door closes, you're now on the airplane.
I'm willing to give Jimmy that. I'm willing to give him a pass on that timing thing.
Why don't you and Jimmy get married then?
When was the last time you saw a plane crash and people get off the plane in an orderly fashion?
What does he think orderly looks like?
The chorus line.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what? I think I've changed teams. I think I'm going to start defending Jimmy the Janitor.
Defend your fellow.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it in my chest. I'm feeling a little offended here.
Sure.
Wait, he's probably your neighbor. You're going to see this guy out in the street.
I mean, sure, this guy hasn't performed to no one at America's Got Talent, but like this guy is really.
I'm bigger than this house owner right here because I performed to less people than him. But here's the difference. I didn't have my name on any article of clothing I was
That'd be amazing if you lifted up your hat right now.
Oh my God.
And it had John.
Could you guys pick up what was happening outside? Because there was just a full argument on my street between a lot of people, and I don't know if that was picked up on the mic at all, but it was very difficult because I was like talking to you guys, but then hearing it and being like, I need them to react because that's so loud. Is this in my head? No, it's on the street.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, let's continue with the greatest comedian that the East Coast has ever seen.
We're not watching a video of you, Sean.
I mean, that's why the stewardesses are so vague when they're telling you where the exits are going to be, right? Yeah, your exits are over there, over there, over there, more down there. Like they don't know where they're going to be, boy. They're friggin' making that up. What they should say is your exits will be located wherever the plane rips apart and people are sucked out.
He's a dark soul, is our Jimmy the Janitor.
Wherever, we can dive into the minutia of that one because like wherever the plane rips apart and people are being sucked out, that is like.
It's a big image. There's a lot going on there.
There's also so much easier, nicer ways of saying that as opposed to, and then you're all gonna fucking die.
I thought he was gonna go with the hole that opens up, and that's why the mask drop. I thought he was gonna call back to that hole,
or where everybody's rushing down. To, or where
the exit will be the hole in Tower 2, because I was the mastermind behind it.
But even the prior joke with the masks and like muffling your screams.
Like it really ends. All of his jokes end so dark. Like,
I think I'm legit becoming a fan.
Yeah, shocking. I mean, yeah, you would.
You would.
You know what they should do, honest to God, Mike? They should make the plane out of the same stuff they make the black box.
Oh, fuck
yes. He did it.
Oh,
he
finally,
did it.
East Coast.
Now I feel like Andrew Schultz just watching Sean Hogan shit in his backyard. Holy sweet mother of God.
It's about time someone fucking came up with that concept.
Jeez,
That's great.
That was right there for all of us.
Well, okay, wait now. Okay, here's a question for you. Like, where do you think he's going to take this?
I mean,
went somewhere? Nowhere.
No.
If that's the only thing that survives,
yeah.
There is something dark. Like, there's something dark coming. Like, maybe.
I mean, actually, you know what? Sean's probably right. Based on how this guy's already acted, like they should make it all out of the black box and then
maybe
go to the nursery until it runs out of gas and kill my fucking cunt kids by it.
I hope he makes it racial.
All right, bye. You know what kind of black I mean. Oh my God!
They should make it out of the black box because I slept with a black lady one time in her box. There was no getting out of there.
What the fuck? Oh no! I can't believe we're gonna have to delete this screen.
Maybe they should make people's bones out of black boxes for when their bodies hit the ground after they've been sucked out of this airplane.
I'm gonna say it right now. I do not trust the voting habits of Jimmy the Janitor. Where were you on January 6th, Jimmy the Janitor?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
They always find that in one piece, fine. I do a lot of flying on little planes too, but I had to fly from
That's
That's all he needed.
When you get
That's all
that
he
big
needed.
of an applause break, all you gotta fucking do is just fucking go for it, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm back on your team now. I don't like him again.
That was great. I can't believe I don't think I've ever actually heard a comedian say it.
No, neither have I. This is
It's
the craziest
so
thing.
hack.
Yeah, and then it was followed up with you by saying the another thing I never want to hear a comedian say, which is, "What if it gets racial?" It was a twofer. Comedian say.
Did need a Port Hawkesbury's quite a few years ago now. Any capers here? Oh my God. Only way to get there was on Air Brador. Small little airline, one plane, 4 seats to get on. You had to have exact change.
What's with this guy's body language? It's like watching an alien try to do an impression of someone in show business. Like he just did Vanna White, the model on Prizes.
This little
his head goes a lot. It's like a lot of head and neck stuff as well.
Yeah.
Well, that is though. I worked with a Cape Bretoner in the oil field when I worked there, whose name actually was Jimmy. I swear to God, he had long
what
red.
do you do for a living?
He had long red hair. He was a fisherman by.
And he's a janitor. I would have literally ended the stream right there.
No, I wish he was a janitor. I can't lie though. He was a lobster fisherman who, and every time he'd leave the house, he's like, he'd always ask for Alexander Keith's beer.
Oh yeah.
But he would just call it Keats.
Oh yeah, bye. Go get us a Keats.
So yeah, if everybody was going for groceries, he'd be like, "What do you want, Jimmy?" He's like, "Get me Keats." And that's all he would say all day, every day. Just get me Keats.
I can't imagine anyone who would be more angry if you showed up with poetry.
Was that a regular thing Sean was known for doing? Just showing up?
No, but just if you brought him like Keats, like just a book of Keats, you're like, oh.
What is this by?
What is this by? Keats.
You can't drink a book by.
And then I change his life. That's how he becomes sober.
Yeah, and that man was Justin Bieber.
Poor Jimmy. He also died in a murder-suicide.
Oh my God!
Wow, Jimmy on Jimmy crime is rampant.
I really feel like Sean just murdered a bunch of couples and just covered it up. You gotta blame a friend for murdering his wife. That's how you get to wear both of their underwear under your underwear. No one just texts you.
He should have made his wife out of that black box. I tell you what.
That's my new character, Jimmy the Drifter.
Now, it was storming, snowing the day we took the flight. It wasn't hard to tell the Airbador plane. It was the one with the chains on the propellers. So we're flying along the...
I want to chain him. I want to chain him to a propeller. It's the idea that in heavy snow, snow tires.
Yeah.
So if he's a real dum-dum, he'd have a propeller on
with chains on it.
You see?
That's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid.
You know
that is such an East Coast joke.
Oh my God, it certainly is.
That is a very East Coast joke. I didn't even it's kind of a complicated premise.
It's a real Kuzan first at the East Coast. Well, you guys are known for frozen potatoes.
The Hawkesbury, pilot calls into the tower. We get a recording. And says, "How's she going, boy? This is Cape Breton Air Traffic Control. We're all down at Billy Joe's pub right now."
I'm going to say it. I think that this part is fiction.
What?
Yeah, I see through it.
Next, you're going to tell me he wrote this. He's not just saying it off the top of his head.
You know what? I'm starting to suspect this guy isn't even the fucking janitor.
Please.
I feel like all of these people are being just shown a photo of their loved ones and just told you don't laugh. Like this is a face of terror.
Land your plane at the sound of the beep. Oh, listen, another time I'm coming out of Toronto, eh? Toronto, anybody?
There was a lot of weight to that pause. He was about to go into something that was slurry. With
Did I?
Fill it up.
I'm trying to see. Did I see a? It showed a
crowd shot.
It showed a crowd shot, and then there was. Did I see a suitcase, like a prop suitcase on stage?
Yes, I think there is a prop suitcase on stage.
Been to Toronto.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Is Jimmy the janitor going to bring out his puppet that I know will be racially insensitive?
Yes.
Chris will love it.
I hope he goes full Jeff Dunham.
I had the window seat this time round, boy, and lady with a baby sat down beside me. So when you're coming out of Pearson, you like taxi for 4 years, eh? Like you can drive.
This guy's literally dressed as a janitor, and he's talking about a thing that I've never seen a janitor on.
You don't know that. They don't wear the grays all day.
When have you ever seen a janitor? No, I mean, have you ever seen a janitor on an airplane? Actually working. That's one of the few places you don't see him sweeping up.
He doesn't. He didn't say he's like, I tell you what, when I'm working on when I'm sweeping up on those planes by. he's a customer. That's
could you imagine how much of a waste of money it would be if they had a janitor while the plane is flying?
No, but if you're Jimmy the janitor, make with the all right, bye. Let me tell you, bleaching the floor is a bit difficult. Bye. Don't go talking about airplanes. Don't give me your interests, Jimmy the janitor. Learn how to build a character first of all.
I mean, it's very much like this could be anyone. That's what's so frustrating about this character is you haven't established in any way who you are. You're just you could be Seinfeld, you could be an open micer. We don't know anything about you.
Let me tell you, boy, I couldn't be Seinfeld, and you know why? Because he's part of that group I don't care for, Jimmy the janitor.
They're the reason I'm still a janitor. I tell you what, I could have been a CEO.
Yeah, we're talking about people that practice transcendental meditation, by the way. That's what Jimmy the janitor is really against.
Yeah, it's all Seinfeld and Gary Shandling.
I don't like who this guy voted for. I know this right now with my whole heart.
Drive home faster, right? So you're just about to take off, eh? She undoes her shirt and starts feeding the baby right there.
I'm nervous.
Has anyone else not known where this lady character has come from? He was talking about Toronto, and suddenly now there's a boob in the story.
But that's why he said Toronto, because this is a progressive move that we can all laugh at now.
Oh, great point. Here we go.
Because did you feel the tension in the air when he said Toronto?
What do you do? Where do you look, guys, eh? Under normal circumstances, we'll sit through a whole movie to get one boob shot. But this is maternal. You don't want to be looking.
He also thinks that his shirt is made of maternal.
So I'm counting the rivets out on the wing, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we finally level off. Everything's back to normal, if you know what I mean. So we're just about to land in Moncton, eh? Don't you do it again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get on the ground. I say, excuse me there, dear, but how come you're doing that on the plane? Well, she got kind of mad at me, eh? She said, well, for 2 good reasons. First off, the young fella's hungry. Second of all, it keeps his ears from clogging up.
I was less wordy on that fucking set from Just for Laughs than this fucking bit.
I was going to say, he's been so tight up until now. And then for some reason, this one is all over the place.
I feel like this bit on the set list is entitled "Let It Ride," James.
You're not allowed. You're too clean to talk about sex, but let's just mention boobs for a little while, just to get the guys back.
You know those things on women by that I fantasize by about cutting off by? Like, this guy sucks. He sucks.
Yeah, he really sucks. Only 2 minutes left.
I mean, what is he? I mean, I hope he just wraps up this story and then absolutely kills himself.
I just want to say, we hate him so much, it's taken us half an hour to get through 5 minutes. Very well done. Very well done. Excellent.
Naked Lady Store. I love seeing it printed so much. That's great. It's so much better than hearing
I kind of want to start calling this stream the Naked Lady Store. You're in the Naked Lady Store? Terrible name.
It's the worst. I think there's actually a strip club in Red Deer, Alberta that's called the Naked Lady Store.
Oh, what's going to happen?
Or no, Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie.
Lady Store.
That's right. Well, that's where it happened anyway.
Grand Prairie. Let's see what happens here, buddy.
Strip clubs, Grand Prairie.
I mean,
a very common search.
Grand Prairie. I mean, the second thing that comes up is Naked Women Grand Prairie, and that is a website called findnakedgirls.com/Texas nudes.
Oh, wow.
That is the kind of website you end up on when you're 12.
Yeah.
That's the first thing when you search boobs.
I mean, it's even better. So I put in Naked Lady Store Grand Prairie. Here are the 3 results I got up. A store called Fashionista. The second one is the Cheeky Chic Boutique, and my third one is Spencer's.
Oh, so it's shut. That's good news. Yeah. That's good news. I mean,
yep. And feminism lurches forward once again.
I don't have. I'm getting different results here.
Google is a monster for that.
Man, I'm getting Diamonds Gentlemen's Club.
Oh,
there you go. Now you can see what you two spend your internet time doing. That's fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm shutting that down.
All right. Let's finish this guy off.
Oh, Chris wants to go to bed. Silly boy about it.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. I'm gonna go after this.
I went, darn, boy, in all these years I've been chewing gum.
That guy loves it. He fucking loves it.
That was the punchline?
Yeah.
That was it?
I mean,
you can't argue with results, Hogan.
Yeah,
look at him killing right now. Look at him killing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a straight up street joke.
I guess Sean isn't results based when it comes to fucking smashing the doors.
I'm about the journey, baby.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Look at the applause break.
There's a lot of capers here. Labrador. I should mention this. My old buddy Dave Dingwall.
Stop talking about airplanes, you motherfucker. Stop it now. I fucking hate this. Stop talking about airplanes. This is not the domain of the janitor.
I mean, Diamond Geezer made a great point. The punchline doesn't involve him getting a milk mustache, which I think we all need to kind of applaud about him.
That's a big win.
That's really big of him.
Also
That's
don't know
pretty
whether
good.
he may not redeem himself with an Airbrador fucking callback.
That's true.
That was a make work project. Like they used to make their own planes at the Point Edward Industrial Park. Honest to God, why? They made planes at the park. And one time they had to test the windshield on this plane, and they didn't have the windshield tester, so they called DOT here in Halifax. They sent down the tester. Now it's a gun.
If he takes out a gun and puts it in his mouth, it's the piece of comedy I've ever seen. As soon as he said gun, I was just like, just take yourself out, Jim. Come on.
I'm just realizing I've never seen a janitor wear a tool belt. Ever. They push brooms. They mop. His tool belt has 2 different pairs of gloves on it. And pockets that aren't holding fucking anything.
It seems like he's just got like 2 tubes of Smarties here. Like,
Yeah, put a
he's got a pipe bomb and then 2 sets of gloves. He's got the prints of an enemy that he's scattered at the site. And then I think a tape measure. What a shit janitor.
You don't need a tool belt to hold gloves. That's what pockets are for.
I mean, I know mop.
I love. You know what happened is he got the onesie, and then he was wearing it, and he's like, I could be fucking anybody.
Yeah.
Can't I? I need to cement down the character. We need to make
damn
this
it, I'm
believable.
not Jimmy the furniture repairman. I'm not Jimmy the piano. I'm Jimmy the janitor. I'm
Goddamn right. And he did 3 gigs where he brought a mop bucket on stage, and he's like, "This is untenable. I can't do this anymore."
Yeah,
I wish he
of daring and grace, you motherless fuck.
I wish he would realize that when he was wearing like civilian clothes. Like
I don't like that it took us nearly 7 minutes to notice that he's wearing a tool belt.
There was a lot to notice. There was a lot to take in. He's got his own name on a hat.
Unless this prop suitcase is for the next act, he hasn't even he's ignored this fucking time.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he's just really meta and he brought a suitcase on because he's doing all of his travel material. And if that's true, God is dead and we are alone.
I just flew in by.
Just came back.
Here's my proof. I'm a janitor. Here's my tool belt. Proof.
I mean, this is actually a great point here in Halifax. Like, it's a big deal. It's lemon. That's a good point. It's lemon pledge.
Lemon pledge by. Wow.
I like Diamond Geezers. He works clean like a janitor. Is that why he's the janitor? Because his jokes are clean.
Yeah, everything else is clean, but he's covered in shit.
He looks evil right there.
Yeah, oh my God.
And you fired a bird at the windshield at the same speed the bird would be flying if it hit the windshield in flight. So Archie McNeil pulls the gun out of the crate down at Airbrador, slams in a dead chicken, and fires her.
Why is his life just filled with death? Every bit ends, and then you'll be sucked out of a hole. Or old Archie, old Archie's the guy, he mows the lawn at the graveyard so that no one asks why he's there all the time, and he just takes out a rotten chicken and shoots it at a shield of wind by.
At the windshield. Well, that ballistic chicken smashed through the windshield, ripped the pilot seat out, and tore the arse end off the plane. So Archie's on the phone to Halifax, like we always are.
What does that mean, and what is that code for?
Yeah, I mean, even as an East Coaster, I have no fucking idea what that means. Unless that's like I think this must have been filmed in or around Cape Breton.
Yeah, to a bunch of future Proud Boys.
Your gun don't work, buddy. So they said about 11 people down from the government, to do the test over again. They done the whole thing all the way through, come up with...
Is he giving away Canadian state secrets?
One conclusion. Next time, don't use a frozen chicken. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm Jimmy.
That's his closer.
No, they edited out his closer. They edited it out because he didn't put the mic back in the stand. We didn't see what was in the trunk because they couldn't air that on television.
The trunk is right next to him now. You're right. It's in the light.
That's true. And I want to know what that fucking yellow thing is.
That?
Oh yeah,
on his tool belt. I don't know what that is. I've been trying to figure that out. It's a
flashlight,
or like a jug for milk, bags of milk,
or cleaning product.
Is it? Yeah,
that would be more
looks
logical.
Like an upturned Coca-Cola bottle painted yellow. Is it that?
Yeah, but then again, even if it's cleaning product, janitors don't wear that on a fucking tool belt.
I just like how Sean entertained my original question, which was it was a Coke bottle painted yellow, and he went, "It could be that." Or
well, I don't know. I just don't believe him. I really don't. I did it first.
You're right. There are some holes in the logic that is Jimmy the janitor. And speaking of holes, there's holes in Chris Betts' blanket that he's about to put over his head because he's a sleepy boy.
I'm going to bed right now.
Yeah,
this has been a pleasure.
It's been great. Sean, plugs quickly.
Come see me at my shows in Charlottetown, PEI tomorrow night.
Are you streaming it, or do we have to be at Prince Edward Island?
No, you have to be here.
Fantastic.
Here.
Can you put your phone on the side and just stream it live, just so we can watch it?
Yeah, for love of fuck.
I mean, I've never even thought about that before.
Yeah, someone give me a raid. Chris, plugs, please.
Big Shiny Podcast if you like alt rock. Chris Betts Versus if you like comedy arguing. I just did a great show with JJ Whitehead the other day. Follow me if you're following John, not follow me. Follow me. Vice versa if you're following me and not following John. That's all. Oh, I'll be back tomorrow at 2:30 reading the news. Tomorrow we're going to talk about SoftBank.
Ooh.
And then some other current news stories. So
that's very fun. And then Chris and I will be back for this stream, which might now be called the Naked Lady.
Naked Lady Story.
Hey, I just if I could leave one thing behind,
Sean, people want to know if you have a Discord. Sean, you were a big hit on the stream. Everyone's chiming
they're
in.
loving you.
PEI is too far. They want to know if you'll be back. Sean Hogan will be back next week.
Oh, I have a Discord. Alex is yelling. Sorry.
Oh, Chris, you have a Discord. Yes, Chris has a Discord. Yeah. Go join Chris's Discord. Join my Discord. Sean does not have a Discord, but he'll
I don't even know what a Discord is. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just a message board.
Oh, I see.
Don't worry, I'm going to do my gigs in a second, Alex. Don't worry. Thank you. So yes, we'll be back Sunday around this time, possibly at 3, possibly at midnight. We are going to probably do a big long stream some point next week. It was supposed to be today, but I was too fucked up, so we're going to probably do it next week. At some point, there'll be an 8-hour stream. Sean Hogan will be either on that or on another stream. I am doing a in-person gig tomorrow in Los Angeles, in Pan Pacific Park. If you're in LA, please come to that. Or you can watch, my show on Friday night, which is called Coping Mechanism at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Everyone go follow Sean Hogan. What's your Twitter? What's your socials?
It's really me, Sean Hogan.
It's really me, Sean Hogan. Go follow him there. Follow Chris. Chris will be back on Sunday. Who knows when Sean will be on? Is there anyone we want to raid? Chris, do you have anyone you want to raid?
I don't even have it open. I've just got StreamYard open. Is anyone on? It's 3 a.m.
Raiding? Man, I don't know what any of this stuff means.
Who's Jonathan ONG? Who is Jonathan ONG? It means you pass the viewers on to someone else, is essentially.
Oh, man. I'm learning so much, you guys.
Chris, if you want to bolt because you look so tired, you can, and I can just raid.
Yeah, you guys raid. I'm going to bolt.
I mean, who is... he's just a musician? All right, we're going to raid Jonathan ONG. We're going to raid this guy.
Yeah, you guys rate him good.
Hogan, it was fucking great to see you, man. This was
man.
I'm so glad you came on.
It was like the closest thing to hanging out that you get these days,
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, that's so fucking East Coast too. That was buddy, yeah.
Buddy. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Love you both. You're great humans, and
love you, buddy.
We'll see you soon.
Take care, big guy. See you soon.
All right. See you.
Bye. Raid. Boom. All right, we're rating Jonathan ONG. Everyone head on over there. We will see you on Sunday. Chris, have a good sleep.
You too, man. Have a good weekend.
Sweet, buddy. I'll see you on Sunday.
See ya. Bye, everybody.
All right.